So, just to begin, as a very brief recap, last time on
Crap.
New Panther Generation, you guys did succeed in reviving Sunny, though he returned a little bit more blighted and fucked up than you may have wanted. As you guys spoke with him as he finally began to rise up, he explained that he could feel the blight withering at him, consuming his magic and his own life force, but that in spite of this, he felt he could keep it at bay at least for the time being and wanted to rejoin the party just as long as he could, specifically as long as he could help Artuk. With you all thusly reunited and with the your mission very clear, you set around doing your final preparations before leaving Coral Point. Artuk took a moment on Ode's and Byron's advice to try to kind of rekindle his own connection to nature with some mild success. While Morak went into town and absolutely fucking beans the team please no bugbears out of a Warforged arm cannon. Kezia spent her night like a fucking workhorse identifying the winnings from the gauntlet, not getting no sleep, and she is very tired. And they were thusly distributed, with also an item being sent to Mava to pay off your guys' debt. Before finally, you all teleported to the Korrigan Forest after Ode gave a speech basically acknowledging the risk of death to the party and giving everyone in out, or at least they have to acknowledge this risk of death has grown substantially in recent weeks. No one backed out, and you all teleported thusly to the Korrigan Forest, wherein for maybe a minute or so, before you all really set to work, Artuk enjoyed a moment of understanding and feeling at peace with his home once again. To begin, we are going to jump back just a little bit to a long overdue scene.
Rocket.
We reopen on that dark field. The entire party has walked away, save for Sunny and for Zeka, who are just, I imagine, looking at one another with good feelings,
Desire.
seeing each
Oh.
other, seeing each other's friends, but also a very keen awareness that this is not exactly what either of them wanted it to be as. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
So, how are you? Hello?
You're muted.
And scene.
Oh, right.
I'm alive, Zeka.
I'm muted?
No, I was.
He was.
Oh.
Sorry.
oh.
Take it from the top.
So, how are you doing?
I'm alive, Zeka. Thanks to you.
Yeah, but you're, I don't know, you seem different. Do
I
you
am.
feel different?
I do, Zeka. The blight is inside me. The blight is fighting me.
Is it how did it get there? Is it when you died or is it when we tried to revive you? Did we mess up? Did I mess up?
I can't say that I specifically know. I was dead for most of that.
Roll a history check with disadvantage.
Who?
Sunny.
Give me 1 second. What is that? An 8.
Well-
Oh wait, with disadvantage. Probably not better than an 8 though. I mean, yeah.
You were dead, but it's been a few weeks, so I will remind you, you have a vague impression of experiencing something while you were dead. I've talked to you about that, so you can communicate it as you see fit. But you felt that when you were gone,
Mhm.
not as you were being brought back.
I don't I don't know precisely, but well, what I experienced while I was dead certainly leads me to believe it happened when I died.
Hmm. So that monster did it to you.
That is the logical conclusion.
Hmm.
But it doesn't matter why it happened, because it has happened. I don't
Right.
know I don't know much about the blight, but I do know it I cannot keep it at bay forever. It will kill me eventually, and I will die before it takes me over.
I see. Well, you are alive, which means there's hope, right? I mean, look at me, you know? I've been alive and not looking the way that I want to for I don't even know how long now. I guess a couple years. Um, I guess the timeline on mine is a little bit more forgiving than yours. Um,
Like Sonny kind of reaches out his hand and puts it on Zeka's shoulder, and he says, "Zeka, I thank you for bringing me back, and thank you for saving Artuk in that moment. That
didn't want
means
to.
that means the most to me. But I don't think this path is one that has a side road. I think there's only one end to this for me, and that's death by the blight. But if I can at all make it happen, well, we might be able to save Artuk and beat the
Hmm.
blight to the punch."
And then you would still be alive, right?
I don't know, but you can kind of see like the sick green of Sunny's eyes and like the mycelium and like fungus that's kind of starting to grow on his in his hinges and his inside of him. I don't well, I don't know, Zeka, but it certainly doesn't feel like there's a way out of this. The blight's deep within me, and I believe I can keep it at bay, but I don't think there's a way to get rid of it.
No, no, no. You shut up and you listen, all right? I did something for you, okay? I wanted more than anything to save you over Artuk. And it was because of what you said that I saved him, okay? I love Artuk, and he is a very dear friend of mine, but he's not you. I did that for you. Don't you go being a hero and saying that I need to do this and I need to die. That's bullshit. All right? You knew that I would do the right thing, okay? I'm going to do everything that I can to save you, and I'm going to need you to not be so doom and gloom about it, okay? I need to know that you want to live. Even if it's not what you want to do, it's what I want, right? Just like how what I didn't want to save Artuk, but I did it for you because I love you. Do you understand? I need you. Sure, maybe we can't save you, and maybe we'll go through all this and it will all be for nothing, and we weren't able to save you, but maybe we're able to save Artuk, right? And I accept that as a possibility. But you have to try. You have to believe that there's a better way. You have to. That's the only way that I'll keep going.
Sunny kind of His eyes kind of dilate and shift a little bit. For you, Zeka, I'll try. Maybe there is a way out of this. Maybe, well, if there is, we'll find it. And he pulls Zeka in for a hug. Together.
There is a way out of it. Okay?
Yeah.
There is. And I hug him in closer.
And there's a close-up of Sonny's face. And you see just a little bit of oil leak out of the corner of his eye.
Hmm.
I was muted. The camera pans back away from that with this touching moment, and kind of follows, spins around, and centers back on Sunny once again. This time, at the backdrop of the Corrigan Forest. Perhaps probably closer to 3 hours later, but you are here. You are all here in Corrigan Forest. I've spoken to Adam about kind of how this next section will work. I'll let him kind of explain the play in character. But you all find yourselves here. It is, based on when you teleported, it is about, well, you left at 3 a.m., so it's now 10 p.m. where you are. You all have been up for probably close to 15 hours now. You've taken a short rest, you'll be able to power through, but within a couple hours, you all are going to need to rest. Otherwise, you are going to be kind of wearing yourselves out. But, Artuk, if you would like to take the stage. This is just after the end of last session, after you kind of had a moment of kind of peace to yourself. You look around, you see the party kind of having found their footing once again, whether it is that they teleported and landed on one of the overgrown tree roots, an oversized lily pad, or is just kind of find their footing in the soft earth. But you see all of your friends here with you in your home forest, ready to tackle this evil little bastard that's been ruining your life for the last year and a half.
Bleak Glarby.
David, I propose that we have no concept that it's actually 10 p.m. here.
Oh, sorry. Of course, it is a liminal space between dusk and dawn, and we'll find it there.
Turns around and she says, "Wow, this is so spectacular to be here, but it's really dark. I kind of wish we had any sense of what time it was, or
Crazy.
like maybe what the weather would be for the next 24 hours in this area."
It's crazy.
I mean, if I lived here all my life, it looks like it's probably about like 10ish.
Oh my
You
lord!
don't know what time
There's
it is.
druid crap. It's druid crap. It tells you what time it is.
Does it?
Does it?
You're really bad at being a druid, aren't you?
No, mine wasn't in care. Mine was.
According to my
I'm just
internal
doing the
clock,
voice.
it's about 10:31, 1999. December 31st.
Oh no! Oh no! 2
Time is
hours
running out
in
for me,
Y2K.
friends. Time is running short.
So we know we're settled in for quite a while till it becomes sun again. Should we are we even able to tell what the right direction would be in the dark?
I mean, I know where we are, honestly. Like the woods are big, but we were nomadic and I spent my whole life walking around them up until about a year and a half ago. It kind of works like, I guess if you guys want to picture it, where we're heading is at the very center of it all. We want to go to, there's sort of a grove there. I've never actually, well, I guess as a baby I was there, but since then I've never actually been to the grove, but it's sort of, all the energy centers there and spirals around out of there. And if we're going to find Ashira, I think that if she's not there, that's where we need to go to figure out where she is at the very least. So one way or the other, that's the next step. But sort of out from there, there's like an inner ring of kind of what we're in now, where it's this sort of deeper, more ethereal, less like normal forest stuff that we're used to. Sonny, you got a cool ass fucking helmet.
Thanks. It's my
But
cosplay.
but like outside of that, it sort of starts to get into more normal foresty looking outer ring there. And the herd patrols that outer ring a lot because that's, you know, an intruder getting into the forest is going to have to go through the outer ring to get into the forest. And we kind of skip that, which is really good for us because it means we don't have to go through that area they're patrolling so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since we're already in, I'd say we're probably like a day or two's travel out from the very center. Where we could have been like a week, almost a week if we were the whole way out. That teleport, we weren't too far off.
That's really good news.
How did we teleport again?
The map, the magic item.
Ah, that's right.
Also, I've got a quick question for you there, Artuk. So while we did avoid, the patrolling guys, how will they react if they just, find us kind of, interloping
So
in
yeah,
here without them ever knowing?
that was the other thing I was going to mention though, is it's great that we kind of got through that outer ring and we're pretty close to the center, but as it stands, it's this forest is not quite like other forests. I mean, all forests are kind of like this in that all the trees sort of converse with each other and have a light collective understanding of things, and there's sort of a cohesiveness to most, but this one's like that to the extreme. All of the trees talk to other trees here, all the plants talk to other plants, all the animals talk to other animals, and word spreads like wildfire, and the herd listens. So if we spend too long in any one place, and if we make too much noise going through, even though they're not probably looking right here right now because we're on the inner ring, they're gonna find out and they're gonna come for us and look for us like that, and we aren't super welcome.
Could we?
And
Is there a way to make the trees not talk? Which, by the way,
Yeah.
we need to talk about that later, because how the fuck does a tree talk? But let's focus on making them not talk for right now. Silencing them.
we can,
Well, I can talk to trees.
You
Yeah, I
can fucking
mean-
what?
Oh,
What?
actually, you know what? Maybe instead of trying to figure out how they can't, how we should got them to stop, maybe we should try and find the direction and start moving. Because if we stay in one place for too long, who's to say?
I agree.
Well, what if we can convince them to like
Walk and talk.
talk,
walk and
talk
talk.
about us?
Direction are we going, Artuk?
over here.
Let's walk and talk first.
Okay, walk and talk.
I'm-
We're walking now, David.
As you
But
guys-
like only wait, hang on, wait. Okay, quick counter argument to that. Only these plants know that we're here right now. So
I mean-
we right now we only have to talk to a few plants. Whereas if we keep moving, then like
Oh.
all the plants will know.
But
I mean-
then by that logic, then regardless, all of the plants will know.
Yeah, but if we,
Hold on. Sorry.
I
go
guess he's saying if we wanted to rest at any point because we've been up for like 17 hours or so, then I mean, we're gonna have to
Yes.
eventually. I think that right now we're doing okay. We just rested up a little bit, but
We're just resting.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just rested for an hour. So
What if
Yeah.
you guys took a nap?
Can we?
Well, I guess I was thinking more like if rumors spread like wildfire, we could start a different rumor here and maybe get them off our scent. You know what I'm
Sonny's-
saying?
Snaps his fingers. I think you're onto something, Zeka. We start a wildfire.
I knew you were going to
No,
say
no,
that.
no, 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 no.
Maybe not.
Hey Artuk, make a. You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't
See
know if
you-
like maybe
if
saying
you-
wildfire here is like saying bomb in a
Sure,
shitport, but we
around
should probably avoid that.
Wait, saying wildfire is like
No,
that?
you've said it like 4 times. Maybe we
Stop
should-
saying it.
You see like some of the grass, it's uncanny around Sunny's foot. It's like it parts ever so slightly, as if it's fixed in the ground, but still trying to get away from him.
So,
I-
hold on. I think an important thing to ask is
A wave going outward.
if these plants can communicate with the herd. Artek, can you communicate with them? The plants, that is?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
it's a little bit more cut off than it used to be with the blight, but since I've been trying to work on myself a little bit with Byron and Ode's help, I've gained enough back that I can at least talk.
So what
I
we're
can
gonna need
also
to
talk
do
to them.
is we're gonna need to start a pretty aggressive propaganda campaign to cement our reason why we're here. Let the plants know that we're here to liberate them, okay? If that doesn't work, there's always the WILDFIRE. And he gives like a wink with one of his eye apertures.
It gets stuck on some moss that's blood growing in your eye.
I mean, Sonny, I'm not gonna lie. My common speaking's good, spelling's not great, but I think there's a lot more than one wild fur. It's the whole forest, man.
God damn it.
We're gonna need to start distributing pamphlets.
Right,
well-
Sonny, I appreciate your zeal. They're plants. I don't think they can read.
That's racist.
Look, man,
True.
I didn't know that plants could talk until, I don't know, like 5 minutes ago. Which, by the way, Morak, is this what you feel like whenever, like, I talk about my weird magic bullshit, where it's like, this makes no fucking sense?
Byron, you've talked to a plant before.
I've talked to a plant before?
In the waste, Artuk, you speak with plants on. I can't remember that plant's name, but it attached to you guys immediately.
Byron, you're married to a plant.
What did I name that thing?
I don't remember what the name of it was.
Even existential dread before he left by accident.
Yeah, it was rough.
All I'm going to say is that the fact that all these plants are now gossiping about us makes me very uncomfortable. And yes, it is quite aggravating that everyone here is okay with talking to plants, and it's kind of still freaky. I always thought it was kind of a metaphor when Artuk was talking about it. Still kind of think it's a metaphor, but we can unpack that later. Can we pick a direction and move?
Yeah,
It's very gross in here.
let's
I
keep
noticed-
moving.
Okay,
forward.
so we're just not gonna do it? Okay,
You
fine.
notice Ode 100 feet away in the direction Artuk pointed, kind of looking like. Just talked about this.
I don't think there's any way we're gonna shut every tree up along the way.
Sure.
I think
I
that
mean, if
expedience
Zeka
is
if Zek is willing to use his like talking ability, we could at least spend the next minute just telling the trees like, hey, if you feel the need to tell anyone we're here, you can tell them that we're here to do something good. And then we can get on with it.
I mean, we can
Okay.
certainly try.
Here, actually, okay, here's what let's just walk, and as we're walking, I'll just talk to the plants, like, like shoot some finger guns at them and use my pizzazz and charisma to get them to like us.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's this way.
you can tell them that we're here to try to get rid of like anti-plant monsters, which is true, essentially.
Can we bribe them?
Is that the angle we want? Because that can be our angle.
I
What do
mean,
plants want?
honesty is not a bad angle, especially
All
when.
right,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
okay with
fuck it.
that.
let's do it.
All right.
All right. While we're walking, I'll just like Spider-Man 3, like be walking down the streets, like high-fiving flowers and like shooting finger guns and like kind of doing a jig. And I'm like, hey, we're pretty good, and we're like trying to help plants and stuff, and we love you guys. You guys are good, and we're trying to get rid of anti-plants.
But not Auntie Plant, who's the plant aunt.
Damn it!
So I know Auntie and Uncle Plant, and they're great.
God damn it! I was building up to it. Fuck. Are you casting a spell, or are you just making?
No, I have speech of beast and leaf, and I can speak. Animals and plants can understand me, but I can't understand them. So I don't know if it's working.
Roll a persuasion check, I guess.
Oh,
nature?
I'm so good at those.
You're
I
a
feel
Stonewall.
like it's a nature. I feel like it's a nature.
Hang on. If it's
No.
persuasion, it's an advantage. Because of speech and beast and leaf.
Oh, really?
No,
Hell yeah! I've never used his
impossible is what it
ability, so.
is. You don't get advantage for saying, "Oh,
The-
I use this language to read this," or "I use comprehend languages to understand language." I don't get advantage over it. You get the fucking option. Roll persuasion. I won't be
Comprehend languages, does that mean I could understand the plants?
All right, do you try?
Man,
What language?
I'm
do you
looking.
specify?
What?
What language do you?
No,
Oh wait,
Mary, you can empathize with the plants. You cannot
son of a
sympathize
bitch, you do. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
All right,
Go
Look
go
at that.
roll
Look at that.
persuasion with advantage. You fuck.
Persuasion. That's not bad for me.
The way this either goes is you're running around smacking flowers and threatening them with finger guns. That's the way it goes poorly.
You see a
Well, she's
sunflower.
good.
As you reach for it, it seems to turn ever so slightly in the wind. And then as you pass by a vine, you're like, haha, and it lowers just enough that you can kind of get a grip to pull yourself up. You sense you're making a positive impact, even though you're just generally like going around voguing on these plants. But you get the sense these are these are plants of the earth, as it were.
That's-
Ooh, I'll take stale bread and scatter it around for nutrients.
Where's that litter?
Mm.
No,
Just
wait, they're
roll.
like birds. If they eat the stale bread, they'll explode.
You see
I like how
Oh,
you see
God.
a bird. You see a bird land and start picking at the bread, and then you see it start picking at one of the sunflowers. But you manage to like, oh wait, stop that. So you stop the murder assist, and he seemed this particular. It looks like a bit of poison ivy. It seems to appreciate your assistance. You get a little
Hell
bit
yeah!
of finger,
High
though,
five,
so
poison ivy.
Bad idea.
like how
No,
guns have existed in this world for all of 3 weeks before we're like, yeah, finger guns. That's automatic. It's so natural.
Finger gadget of unknown need.
This is true.
Listen, D&D is a place at a time, all right?
No, we specifically said it is about
10:41.
10:41 December 31st, 1999.
As we're walking, Ode will go over to Kezia and she'll say, so I can assume out of everyone here, you and I probably have like the least being in a big forest experience.
I think the most experience that I had, we ended up having to fight some sort of giant shambling vine thing, and it almost ate all of us. So
Was that something we all did together?
yes, that was like
Oh, that's when Morak
5
and I were
months
fighting a
ago.
bear.
And then we had to
Wait,
fight
we were
the
fighting
trees, and
bears?
that was not fun. I think so.
You guys actually did. You guys kind of whooped
I've been
ass.
told that there's like these weird little like vines that like will shrivel on the ground, and like if you touch them, you die.
Oh. I hadn't
Sorry,
heard
I'm not in this conversation.
No, anyone can be in this conversation. We're just talking. Is that
I
good?
can tell you two are having a moment, and Sunny kind of like shuffles ahead of Ode and Kezia a little bit to like give them some space.
What do you guys think they're talking about? It seems really serious.
Oh, how I wish I knew. I don't want to interrupt though.
Yeah, it's very important that people have their space.
We can have our own conversation here though.
Oh yeah. What do you think about mentioning middle class?
Going back over to Ode and Kezia, because we're not just fucking ending that conversation.
It's like you guys took the improv train and were like, oh, now it's a fighter jet. Now what? And then you crumbled and you immediately crashed it.
Back to Ode and Kezia.
And like I said, anyone can jump in. I just Ode's like, oh, I don't know. I just was kind of like nervous about being in a woods, and I'm like more nervous than I thought. And I thought like maybe talking to you, you'd be like, oh, actually, they're like more like cities. But then you're not, and you made me kind of scared of the ground.
Kezia has her bow in her hands and like is like looking around at everything.
Hey Kezia, make a perception check.
Okay. She's so paranoid right now. I don't have advantage on, right? Okay, I don't. Good. Perception. 8.
Wow.
She's
Okay,
very
actually checks for
nervous.
that.
She's like,
Kezia, there's something coming for Bailey right now.
that's a Tron. I should.
Take a shot.
I would like sees Kezia reacting to something and pulls out darts, like ready to go.
Hey Kezia, go ahead and add sneak attack to it.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
You guys see red mist. And then you see a little squirrel impaled on a tree holding an acorn that just says, Artuk, you can't read. Never mind. That seemed to have something scratched on the surface.
Artuk, you did not tell us,
Who
especially
has a
me,
diamond?
how humid it would be in this forest. I am
Yeah,
in full plate armor now. I feel like a sauna. I don't know what to do. Do you have any experience in getting rid of
What the
this?
fuck was that? Did you just kill
As
a
he's
squirrel?
saying this, in the
Just like got
background,
bags
Becca's trying to
underneath
give
her eyes
CPR.
and just looks at you, says, "I think so, but it could have been not a squirrel."
Kezzy, make another perception check.
We're gonna have like a Batman-esque squirrel coming after us now after Kezia killed its parent.
I know. One sec, my thing did something weird. Perception.
Also, Morg, I'll remind you, you can.
Natural. I can't roll natural.
The squirrel is gone. Oh wait, damn it. No, the squirrel is still there. You think it's gone. It's gone. Where'd it go? You were looking at the wrong tree. You're not used to forest. There's a lot more trees here than you were expecting.
as far as humidity goes, yeah, I didn't think about that one. I tend to wear loose cloths around here.
Can you like, change how your plate armor feels?
You can also just take it off. That's
Oh,
part of
wait,
the
Like,
here.
it's literally a magic
I-
item. You can like change it.
Well, it
right?
didn't come with instructions. Do I just
I
think?
think I may be able to do this.
Sorry, that wasn't Ode. That
Morak
was
said
Mary.
very still, if this doesn't work, it might hurt. He'll snap and he'll cast Prestidigitation on the armor to cool it a little bit.
You know the like little hand fans, like the ones you can get like there. It's about the power of that, but it is appreciated in this moment. You still have sweat beating down like around your temples and that, but like it does gently push it out from your eyes and just into the rest of your hair, and then it starts to kind of loop back down into your mouth. So it's it's a momentary pleasure.
Well, luckily I can do that
Can
up
I
to
ask-
3 more times.
Can I ask how the magic fitted plate armor works?
Yeah, it works like this. And
You
then
have a
I
handout.
explain how the magic fitted plate armor works because I'm certain I previously identified it.
You
If
did.
I
It's
didn't,
in
she probably
handout.
would've-
You can bonus action just pop your armor off, and it just goes to a pocket dimension.
This is great, and he does it. It's like that's so much nicer.
Sweat below.
He's just
Whoa.
drenched in sweat.
And presto to get rid of that. And you know what?
Oh.
Also add like a little puff of lavender.
Oh,
You really need
that's-
that. You smell fucking atrocious.
I understand. I agree. This is not my element.
Can you
Byron
pick up
says from the full
space?
10 feet away, holding his nose.
Oh.
Before we keep going further, this is actually of the utmost importance for us moving forward here, though it seems inconsequential in most forests here. Kezia, would you mind picking up that squirrel and bringing it with us with the intent to eat it later and thanking the forest for it before you keep moving here? Because otherwise, it's going to be real alarming to people that we're just coming through shooting shit.
Okay. I'll just go and I'll pick up the squirrel.
I guess on a
My bag,
positive
and I'll
note,
just say thank you so much and I'll pat at the tree that it probably got embedded against.
Here, I'll
on a
translate.
Cast
positive
comp-
note,
Mary,
I
cast
hear-
comprehend languages on the nut and see what it says.
You pick up the squirrel.
All right.
I picked up the squirrel and then I just walk away.
I appreciate that, and I imagine the forest will too, and I hope that it means less alarms.
I hear the raw hearts are tasty.
Oh, we've come full circle.
Take an inspiration.
It's
All
always
right.
Carson. It's always Carson that ends the bit. Why is Carson so good at ending the bit?
The man knows how to close out.
All
Why?
right.
Never mind.
I just keep us going. I know the trail. I keep following it.
As you guys continue on, so there is going to be a number of just kind of obstacles you guys need to overcome. Just like scaling different things. Artuk, you weren't too far off with like probably a day or two journey. kind of the limiting factor, honestly, is you have the rest of the party to slow you down. You also haven't, you aren't quite as adept as you once were navigating this. Things force change, not a lot, but enough over a year and a half that it will probably slow you down. But really, moving as a group of 7 is going to be semi tricky. But along the way, let's see. Oh, Artek, can you also just roll a D100 for just pure luck for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's roll 1d100. 72.
It's okay. Yeah, well,
Okay. As you guys kind of move on up, excuse me. You guys are going to. Okay, yeah, Artuk, as you move forward, you leave the party. You eventually kind of move past a particular pass of kind of these overgrown trees and such, kind of over the different babbling brooks. But you come upon just a very wide, like you make an intelligence check while I describe this, but just an extremely large thicket of overgrown, just like poison ivy and such that has just kind of overgrown and taken over this area. Not quite to the level of Kudzo, but not that level. Kind of getting to the point where it's not an invasive species, but it's just very hugely dominant in this very particular thicket, and it's kind of just like moving through it. You guys could, but with that intelligence, it would take a while. You don't know the exact size just because you don't know how much it's grown in the time it's been gone. If any animals have been whether just a random fire has like maybe cleared out some of it, and you're not the best at just relative scaling. So you estimate that you could move around it if you wanted to, but it would add probably an extra couple hours to the trip unless you could contrive of kind of some way through. You do remember the herd sometimes moves through it, whether it's through climbing trees, kind of trying to just kind of island hop over rocks. Every now and again, like you could theoretically like summon someone just to build and cross over. But you do know you're either going to need to go around this thicket or through it, and going around will just take more time, and going through will be very unpleasant.
All right. I'm gonna lean down. Well, first I'm gonna turn back towards everybody. So this is like mostly poison ivy for the next hour or two of just really thick ivy thicket here. And
It's kind of
if
like an
we
oval shape to give you a frame of reference. So it's a lot easier to just go straight through.
if we go all right, all right. If we go right through this, we get through pretty quick. If we go around, it's gonna take a while. We can probably get through by hopping around or climbing if y'all feel comfortable with that. But
sure.
if you fall, there's ivy to pay, and that ain't fun. But it'll save us a couple hours here, and I can try to make it a little easier. Here, one sec. Before I go any further here, and I'm gonna lean down towards the beginning of the thicket, and I'm just gonna get down on my knees, and I'm gonna just put my hand right on a poison ivy leaf. I'm just gonna lean down, and I'm gonna go, "Hey, we're trying to get through here, and we don't want to trample or anything. We're in a big rush, and we can't go the whole way around right now. We'll do our best not to step on you guys. Would you do me a favor and just try not to touch us either? We'll keep our distance. Can you try to keep yours?"
Do you touch the ivy? You said.
Yeah, I'm touching the ivy as I say this, and I am doing everything in my power to focus this ability to channel like I used to a little bit, and to push the spore or the blight down.
Is it the same? Are you using speak with plants, or are you using speech of beast and leaf?
Speech of beast and leaf here.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage. Make a con save because you physically touched it and are kind of willing to like ingratiate yourself to it. I'll lower the DC a little bit.
Cool. That was persuasion at advantage. I have a +0, so straight rolls. 18 with advantage. And then a con save without advantage is 21.
I mean, you grew up here. It's kind of not a rite of passage, but every kid has fallen into fucking the ivy brambles a couple times. The herd for its flaws and many other things, they're very good at dealing with poison ivy. They've developed this particular skill to an art. So this is gonna suck, but it's happened enough times that you can pretty much manage it. It'll be unpleasant, but it won't affect your performance. Just don't touch your eyes, for God's sake.
All right, here, follow me, guys, and I'm gonna start trying to take sort of the rockiest hop to hop best path to not step on anything, but also knowing that hopefully it's got my back if I do slip or something like that as best it can.
Okay.
If we're not real confident in getting through this, I could, and if we don't think we're going to get into any fights, I could probably turn into a big bird and just fly us over.
I mean, you can certainly try if you want to do that. I'm sure it's easier than stepping through. It's not too bad to step through, though.
Also,
I mean,
just another thought. It would save us some time for sure. Are we in a rush? Excuse me,
Yeah.
Baron will look at Sunny.
No,
I think so.
No. Okay, valid point. A point well made.
That reminds me, Sunny, can you make a con save?
Yes, I can. As a point of note, is Sunny affected by poison ivy?
You don't have skin, so I don't know why you would.
27.
Wow.
You feel
God
fine.
damn.
Oh no, my name's still Ebenezer.
Yeah, we'll fix that later. Sunny, that was not related to the ivy. You feel fine.
Sweet.
And if Byron turns into a big bird and can only transport some of us, I can tell you I have no issue with moving around since it's dark still.
Oh, fuck me running every time.
I'll just start with the people that are the least acrobatic, like, Artuk,
Don't you
Morak,
say it.
Zeka.
They.
Morak's looking at you like, that's true, I just don't like it being brought up.
I think Zeka and Artuk, or Zeka and Morak, kind of both narrow their eyes in the exact same way.
Yeah.
We know, but
You didn't have to say it.
To give a quick frame reference just for how this would work, for kind of like this island hopping, since it's a little far, it would probably, the way I would do it would be just kind of a series of acrobatics checks or athletics at disadvantage. Unless you guys fly over, in which case, you can just bypass that.
Just keep in mind, I only have so many times that I can, change.
Sure.
What's the fly speed of the bird if you would use?
60, right?
Probably. I haven't had to do much in the way of animal changes. Adam would know much better.
60 for an eagle.
Probably
that sounds right.
Take about 10 if you were really huffing it. Seems weird to say for a bird. It would probably take 10 minutes to kind of get there, to get there 10 minutes back. So about 20-minute round trip to carry people. Probably about double that time for kind of just crossing it over.
All right. So in that case, if it's going to take about 20 minutes round trip, I could take 3 people.
Not me.
Their fly speed is 80 feet. Just as a side note.
That changes nothing.
15-minute round trip. You could probably carry 4 then.
If I'm really pushing
there
it,
you
I
go.
could maybe carry 4.
I'm not horrible at hopping these rocks. I've done it before. And it seems like Ode's pretty confident, but the other 4 could probably use the ride.
Hey,
Again,
I
hey,
can't get
but
poison
I
ivy.
agree.
the athletics and acrobatics checks. Are you good at those?
I mean, not intensely good, but I'm positive.
He also knows the area.
Sure,
Well, I'm just
whatever
like, if the checks are what David's saying they are, I'm like, I think Morak should just do it. I think it's
All right.
we're only because I can do.
Okay, well, Ode can literally teleport. Kezia has the best acrobatics, and Sunny's not affected by it. So
fair enough.
Yeah. Why are we even
Yeah,
convincing?
yeah,
Dave?
never
Why are we
mind, never
worrying
mind.
about shit? Yeah, just fly us.
Yeah,
Damn,
that's the play.
let's go.
All
I'm
right.
hopping on the bird.
All right, I'll polymorph into a giant bird.
All right,
Shotgun.
So David, question.
Yes.
So it's not saying I ignore difficult terrain, but would the poison ivy be counted as difficult terrain?
For this, yeah.
So I can ignore difficult terrain on a dash with my mobile feet. Can I just would I be able to have advantage moving through this?
I'll make the DC lower rather than advantage, but
Okay.
yeah, I'll say given your proclivities, then yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Good
Ode,
word.
Kezia, you guys are going through. Oh,
Yeah,
are you
Ode leads down and she says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't get you on the bird, Kezia. But I figured, I think you're the most actually competent of the people here in terms of managing terrain. So,
We'll see. I'm pretty tired, so
well, do you want to? I mean, you could switch with Artuk if you need.
no, I
He seemed-
no.
Kezia throws off her cool leather jacket and she just starts stretching. Got her fingerless gloves on. She's gonna kick this Ivy's ass. I didn't realize you had fingerless gloves. She's gonna
I'm
whoop
working
this
on a
thing.
project.
Looks
Gloves.
sick. Okay, then it is definitely dark enough that that. I mean, with Sunny providing light, you can clearly see the rocks. You can easily just like bam, 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 teleport your way across. Sunny, Sunny, are you going just straight through, or are you even gonna try to climb?
I think Sunny's gonna try to climb to avoid disrupting stuff if possible, or if he can walk easier without disrupting stuff.
You would definitely disrupt it a little bit just because you're a big robot man, but you would disrupt it a lot if you fell, if you get my
Okay.
meaning.
I will take the guaranteed little disrupting.
Okay. And then 1, 2. Okay, everyone else can get carried. Ode's wait. Okay. Then yeah.
Kezia can be carried too, right?
Oh wait, yeah,
Yeah.
then hold on.
I've got one more
Artuk?
person I can carry.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Byron will land back and ah! Or,
I
gesture
feel
to
like
see if he wants to
Kezia
come.
starts making her way there, and then Byron like takes the 3 people, and then he's like, "Oh shoot, I can take one more," type of thing.
Just
I like
catches her mid-air. She's screaming like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die!"
He catches you, Kezia, in your kind of sleep.
For a second, I almost draw an arrow, man.
You think you've been picked up by a large vulture for just a second. You're like, no, just
I've
like
heard stories of this.
just like the fortune teller said. So and Sonny, you're taking the hit just to be okay. Just roll a d20 just to see kind of how badly. You do notice that Arta kind of touching and speaking to the ivy, it parts ever so slightly.
7. Does that mean I trample 7 plants?
You trample precisely 7 plants,
Oh,
but they were all at the beginning. So you get the sense that these were really like, all plants talk. All plants love that juicy goss. These ones were really like the shit stirrers, though. They were really like the ones that like they would reach out and intentionally hit druids with ivy and then blame the ivy next to them. They were real shitheads about it.
God damn. Drag 'em.
Fucking.
Except the
Glad I
last
sipped on
one. The
those.
last one was Stu. Stu went out of his way to avoid people all the time. Unfortunately, he couldn't avoid you.
Well, acceptable losses. I'm sorry, Stu, but we're on a mission. You will be remembered.
All right, you
Maybe.
son of a bitch. Sonny, you
Got
hear
Well,
in the faint distance, like, I can't speak to plants. Who said that?
We'll put your name in Fantasy Arlington, Stu.
I'm a pacifist. Moving on. The rest of you all, over the course of this hour, you guys managed to shave a good bit of time. Byron, just make sure to mark off that polymorph. None of you want to touch Sunny for like the next like while. I should have stretched. The ivy was like, so the rocks in between were like probably like 7 feet tall, like just kind of freestanding stones just throughout the place. Sunny was, and they were up to about 5. So Sunny is like from toe to neck covered in like ambient poison ivy. Do not touch this man.
Do I get poison damage on my melee attacks now?
You have the unpleasant condition.
I guess since Ode and Sunny are walking, she'll say to him, Maybe we should see if Byron can do that like anti-sweat thing, but on the like oil that's coming from you and the poison ivy. But if not, if we run into a herd, you can just like body slam them.
Just hug them. I mean, I'll try. I'll try to presto it all
You're
away.
not here, Byron. You're a bird.
You'll try to snap with his
I've
little
made
bird
No.
hand.
No,
I've made a
Byron, we're not
horrible
hungry.
decision. I've just given Eric access to chemical warfare. It can affect him. Oh
I-
no!
Got a very interesting idea from this. I think I can use this oil.
Oil. Fuck. No, I was gonna-
But Artuk made the oil sound like super poisonous, like oil from the plant sounds super poisonous and bad. Is it like insta kill if it gets on you? Like oof.
Well, no. I'm a warforged. We need oil.
Oh no, I meant like for organic compounds.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I
man.
guess there's only one way to
All right,
find
well,
out.
maybe don't body slam the herd in case it like insta kills them, and like that would make Artuk sad.
I'll keep it in mind in case there is a situation in which we want to insta kill.
Okay, keep it in the back pocket.
Yeah.
And
If
Ode will
things
continue.
start getting really bad, I'll body slam someone.
Well, I feel like okay. I'm no scientist, but doesn't it take like a bit?
Second, you're
for
not here. You're on a
poison-
bird.
Oh,
Little known fact
What do you
about,
think? What do you think Ode and Sonny are talking about down there, guys?
that's a really good question. I'm not sure, but I
Like we
do
could
know that I know a lot
land,
about
but I
poison
like that
ivy.
we're just chilling.
Yeah, it
You
was
are
great.
killing- I'm
You know
hanging
more.
from his talents.
little known
What
You're
are you
not
saying
here.
down there, Kezia?
That's how he picked
You're
me
not
up.
here, Kezia.
Yep. What?
We're talking about Sonny and Ode down there.
Yep.
Do you
I don't know.
have any opinions on it?
I think I could hit one of them if I chuck something hard enough.
You
I don't
want to
wanna-
take what?
I don't know what they're talking about, but one time somebody in the herd fell into that pit of ivy and they were really allergic and they just died instantly.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
little known fact about poison ivy in the Corbin Forest. Also peanut oil.
Jesus.
Yeah, apparently his name was Adam.
There's a bunch of peanut plants underneath the poison ivy.
What a weird
And
combo.
That is
Protect-
weird.
Look at all
Called
these
peanut
weird little
ivy.
like they look like nuts, but
Yes.
they're growing from the ground. I don't really know what they are.
Oh, those are beans.
You're
What
not
are you
here. I'm
talking
a bird.
about?
I got on a bird.
Who are you responding to?
Why are you
Fuck!
just shooting things randomly?
I'm not.
I just like I have these premonitions of like people are having a when you sneeze and it's like because someone's talking about you. Well, I have to fact correct people.
That's why we
Wait,
sneeze.
wait, we need to unpack this. Hey, keep
You're not on
circling
the-
around, Byron. Keep circling around a little bit. We'll land in a minute. You sneeze when people are talking about you, and
Yes,
scene.
that's the
I wonder what Zeka and the rest of them are talking about up there.
Zeka, you sneeze.
got you.
So, David, we
A very
solved your
productive
ivy
first
puzzle.
As Byron comes in for a hot landing, he's really running out that last minute. We are bingo fuel. You with Zeka like what? What do you mean? We're doing fine. Oh god!
We're like,
Make it.
I really like the canon that Byron could have come back and forth 4 times, but instead he decided to carry all 4 people and fly very slowly.
1/4
Yes.
speed.
we're
Bird
like
brain.
as we're exiting the ivy on the other side, we hear Byron and them like coming down, transforms back. It ends right at the last second, and they all like tumble in a pile, landing on the ground.
It's
How
like
did I
the scene
carry
in
all of you at
Rescuers.
once?
It's like the scene in Rescuers Down Under when the albatross comes in for a landing and fucks up.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you didn't eat me. I was very worried about that.
I'm not that hungry.
Just let me know if you ever are.
That's why we have the squirrel.
All right, reminder
Oh,
everyone,
yeah,
now
here
that
you
we're
go,
back
Byron.
together, that Sunny is covered in the insta death oil that is this poisonous poison.
Oh shit, is it peanuts?
What?
Oh, are those? Sonny holds up a peanut. Is that what these are?
Byron, run right now.
I think we're all back
definitely
together if
allergic to
Artuk felt
peanuts.
the need to correct that, by the way.
See, Byron, whenever you said that before, I always thought you were saying you were deathly allergic to penis.
Well, we are on
Fun
one
fact.
today.
Fun fact. Fun fact. Raccoons are not affected by poison ivy, and they do indeed eat the berries from them. Fun
Really?
raccoon fact.
You see
Did
Bailey.
you just know that, or did you look it up?
I looked it up really quickly because I'm like, I feel like raccoons have like a relationship with poison ivy. Let me double check.
Fun fact: you see Bailey sat on a throne of poison ivy, like a Roman emperor eating its berries, watching all of you. Cleared
I love
this
it.
second only to Ode, who you can just teleport. You just reach the end fast.
Pausing and waiting for Sunny to catch up. Reading my book.
That was kind of. We were halfway through a conversation about the death oil there, so I feel like we should spend the rest of the time catching up on that.
Oh my god.
And see.
And
Scene.
as you guys avoid the ivy. All right. Yes. So as you guys continue on, let me
Only had to
roll-
use one 2,000 gold potion.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
What?
did you guys use the potion or did
No,
Byron?
oh gosh, it was a
No,
joke.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
just used my spell slot.
Okay, I was like, wait, why?
Also, if it was a spell of polymorph, I would contest that a bird wouldn't have the brain function to go back and forth, but maybe we made like little reins for Byron or something.
No, I mean that's.
Oh no, I think that's why he carried all of them. Like Byron going in was like, I have to
Oh.
carry everyone. Transformed bird brain just went carry all.
Yeah, I like that.
You see Morak riding like a noble griffin rider atop it. Yeah, he kept kicking you right in the shins. He did not need to. You did not go any faster when he used his spurs. Got your back for that.
It was like
That's
when
just
you hold
abuse.
down. It's like when you hold down B in Mario Kart, you think it's going to go faster and it doesn't.
Mm.
Maybe that's the wrong racing one because I think you do need to hold down B.
Pretty sure you do.
Eric's
playing-
sitting there at start, just like.
I have no idea how Mario Kart works. Is what I'm trying to say.
So okay, really quick, it's important for dogs to like have time that they're not playing, like kind of designated nap time. And Rocket kept bringing us his little ball to throw, and I wanted him to like kind of calm down and start resting. So I just put his ball on the table here instead. But now I'm causing him to have like a mental breakdown looking in the basement for the ball.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think I'm a worse owner actually.
No,
Right.
no. I refuse to believe anything that suggests Mary isn't a good dog owner. I reject this.
Yeah,
That's
you should
not
be
good.
Mary.
I mean, on what's the hierarchy needs? Who did that? Hasbro?
Pavlov.
Yeah, Hasbro's
No.
hierarchy of need.
No,
It's
Monopoly.
Pavlov. You're right. Eric.
It was actually Octobro's hierarchy of needs.
Oh, beer, and beer.
Yeah,
Well, actually, it was 8 things of beer, but you know.
he came up with Oktoberfest after the calendar wars.
How are you this on it, Eric? How do you do this? You don't come
No.
into this.
Wait, what? Eric, that was the joke. I thought that was the joke we were making. Was Oktoberfest.
No, see, Octobro, I pulled him from the earlier joke of the calendar wars, right? Because he was the one who
Oh.
instituted the calendar wars, and then he made Oktoberfest to
fuck.
celebrate himself.
Bloodiest
The
conflict in
celebration.
the world's history with the calendar wars.
When did it happen again?
Well, you know.
Time.
Depends on the calendar you're using.
It's a matter of great debate.
Wait, so
And
is
the
December in
reason
this world
for-
canonically the 10th month?
No, the calendar works like it is. It's just that we can blame specifically Octobro for fucking it up and deciding to do it all.
He was
Anyway,
a temporal wizard and a right bastard.
As you guys move on, having moved your way through the ivy and avoided any serious complications, as well as any significant delays, let me see, which should you get to next? maybe. You guys kind of come upon a not quite a ravine, but more just kind of a pass that kind of funnels you through. Artuk, make a nature check.
Sure thing.
A pass?
Hey,
Like we'd have to go down.
Yeah,
into-
it's kind of like
Ironically, I'm pretty
it
bad
looks
at
like
nature.
kind of part of the earth kind of got forced up sometime in the past, or maybe like it was like a dried riverbed, something like that. Anyway, it's just like you have to move down and kind of move through a bit of stone. This is a magical forest. I don't need to cite my sources.
No, I'm mostly
Because
just
yeah, this
curious.
guy looks like. Oh, sorry.
What were you saying, Brenna?
I was just gonna say because that's like super suspicious, and I would like it's like walking into an alley. It's
And you
walking into a
guys-
forest alley.
As you guys move through with your caravan behind you, you notice archers on either side, and also they drop now.
Yeah, exactly. We did this once.
What is this? A
Fuck.
throwback episode?
Yeah, that's the quote.
I'm so sorry. Zach, I didn't.
All right, I won't kick Will that competition.
I don't need to say anything anymore. The joke is past.
I did fuck it up, but yeah, as you move through with an 11 nature check, you know there are just certain animals that kind of make these kind of passes and these kind of caves and ravines and just kind of throughout. They're not super common, but you know certain like animals kind of find their home in there. You remember like there's a particular like predator species that kind of closest analog would be like a fox, but kind of much longer and it kind of can like contort its body to fit in, so it would like fit through like cave openings. You know there are these animals that are essentially hornets that are the size of guinea pigs. They are real nasty motherfuckers. They also they have xenomorph mouths, so it's as well, so they're a fucking nightmare to deal with. You know that they kind of make up this area, but once again, this is kind of the way through. So
Can the rest of us see this ravine at this point also?
yeah, absolutely.
Can you re-describe approximately how deep the gap was and how wide it was?
So going level, you basically just kind of go on a very gentle decline for probably like maybe a quarter mile as you kind of see the hills around it rise up. You see, or not hill, the kind of bluffs that are kind of surround it. Anyway, Artuk, you know that kind of on those bluffs, you see like actually everyone would see like kind of faintly like these kind of faint like iridescent crystals kind of cover all over the place. All of you actually would hear like a very faint like resonating noise kind of coming from it. Artuk, you would know that going up that way, those crystals just kind of have a lot of stuff they can do. Going through it's basically a choice of do you deal with the animals or do you deal with kind of weird magic above. Both routes would take about the same time, but it's kind of picking your poison.
Like I'm getting caught up on what the landscape looks like. It's basically like we're still in the woods, but we're just on a decline now.
Currently on a decline. I'm so bad at fucking nature.
No, I'm so sorry. I think my brain, because like I spend a lot of time in the woods, I'm just trying to figure out what it looks like.
It's like we're in a ravine in the woods.
Well, a ravine wouldn't have trees in it, so that's why I'm
But it was
like
distinctly
like,
not a ravine.
Hold
Okay.
on. I'm gonna draw a rough map, and please excuse my inability to draw maps well.
Ooh.
So you guys are basically here, moving this way. As you guys kind of go here, this is kind of where the decline begins, and this is kind of the pass. So up here, there are these crystals, and there's probably like, I'm sorry, Mary, I don't know how to describe nature. I can't excuse it, but it's what I deal with. But you would basically have like, as you kind of descend into this, on either side, you would be flanked by like seemingly like these kind of like these natural stone walls and kind of like these cave entrances that rise up 25 or so feet. So you'd basically be like 25 down in almost like a U bend.
Okay.
What's preventing us
Yeah.
from going around it, like on the
You would
outside
deal
of it?
with the crystals.
Artuk told us to go in the ravine.
Oh, so basically, like we've approached essentially like a cliff face on either side, and we can keep walking through the center. Oh, so like the cliff ambush, but there's crystals, and then animals instead.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it's a ravine with animals in the middle and crystals. We can go around the side. It's like a canyon, kind of.
Oh my
Canyon.
god.
This is the word we're looking for.
Fucking word.
Not a
You don't-
ravine.
No, I think a ravine is also accurate.
No, because I
Yep.
think ravines
The map
are
helped a
generally
lot.
Guys, we're getting really caught up on this.
It's a canyon.
All right.
Oh, wait. So we're in a forest?
Okay, a ravine is a deep, narrow gorge with steep sides. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
All right. So Artuk, I'm assuming that Artuk has voiced these to
From
us.
Minecraft.
Mhm.
So if it's the wrong term, blame Mojang.
So here's my question. So if we kill something in here, we have to eat it, right?
I mean, it's not a good idea to kill a bunch of shit without a reason to.
All right. Would self-defense count as a reason?
Yeah. Yeah.
David,
All right.
Is
Oh,
Then
that's gorgeous.
I'm
I
gonna
would
send a picture in chat.
still. Oh, that is beautiful. I would still vote for the crystals because I don't want to deal with guinea pig-sized hornets. Just
Yeah, they're kind of a bitch.
They're called click divers. They're awful.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be randomly cursed by a crystal. Then-
Artuk, do you know anything about the magical crystals?
DM. Do I?
1 second. You do. I just need to pull up the appropriate.
So
notes.
that no matter what, you'd rather deal with the guinea pig hornets than the crystal.
David, look at that thing I sent. Is that accurate? Because that sounds like exactly. That's my mind's eye picture.
Broadly speaking, yeah, that's pretty much it. Use that as your mind's eye because it's better than what I have.
Crystals. Add crystals.
And then add
Okay,
crystals.
I believe.
Oh.
I don't know what that voice was.
Hold on. Before we litigate this further, so the crystals have a number of magical effects to them. They basically kind of pop up almost at the end of very magically attuned trees that are like very much connected. This is actually a good sign that you're getting closer to the grove at the center because these crystals kind of pop up almost like at the end of roots that then if they're like cracked off, they'll almost plant into the ground and then begin to grow. They grow in the presence of natural magic. And they kind of, this entire forest is filled ambiently with it. So they're kind of just passively picking it up and they're kind of blossoming. These also act as kind of an attractor for more magically inclined creatures, such as the Fey folk, Fey creatures, things of that general nature would also be attracted to them. Animals are semi-attracted, but equally they're pushed away by having to deal with Fey trickery. So it's kind of there's cool stuff over here, but there's also a hunter. So, you kind of learn to avoid it as an animal.
Yeah. I mean, the click divers are fucking terrifying. No matter what, if we go through the ravine, we have to deal with terrifying giant click divers. But if we go up top, it's more of a weird magic things that play with your head sort of walk, which is equally dangerous, but a little less physically painful.
I mean, I can
feel like
play
would
a song that
rather-
makes us. I've got counter charm.
Can you turn into a bird again?
Yes.
I mean, if you have a way to deal with face stuff, that would help.
This is a pretty substantial section, by the way. It probably would not work to carry all of you through just because at this point it's less like an isolated patch of ivy and more like you're going to be either moving through the ravine to avoid it or you're just going through the crystal because it's like several square miles, just kind of all around this section because it kind of almost forms like another separate ring around it of here is kind of where the crystals begin to form at the end of certain routes. Not a perfect circle, but it is kind of
Rocket.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a way to deal with the types of magic it is, it's just plainly better than going through the click divers.
All right. I'll start humming myself a little tune of counter charm.
Right.
I would like to propose to go through the ravine because I can easily hit something with a hammer. Instead
Yeah.
of I
Could
don't
we
know.
split the party?
No,
No.
that's never worked out in our favor. But
Have we tried it?
Yeah. Remember Harry and Magi?
all
They're
I'm
more like
saying,
little alpha squads going out and
all
carrying
I'm
out
saying,
important tasks.
I'd rather do with the mindfucky crystal
there's
thing.
such a tiny glass of milk, Ode.
Well, I'm a cat.
Well, all I'm saying is like
That's so
there are
cute.
some of us who are better. There are some of us that are better at avoiding the mental stuff, and there are some of us that are better at killing stuff. So like,
All-
But I'd also note that we want to try to minimize killing stuff because the more stuff we kill, the bigger an impact to the noise we make to the forest. So I feel like I'd rather, worst case scenario, have to
Right.
unmagic some magic from a rock than unlife some life from a forest.
It's just, but you said there's Fae there, and I haven't dealt with many Fae, but I've read a lot of books, and the Fae typically want to kill you, and we've had a lot of Rocket's freaking out. We've
It's the
had a
click
lot.
divers. I hear them even now.
Yes, all I'm saying is
It's kinda like a
I've got my head messed with a lot, and I'd like to not have that continue happening all the time.
Counterpoint, I've heard that the Fae are hot.
I actually agree with him on that one. I've read many books where they're just like, well,
Counterpoint. I do believe we have several of us who are equipped to communicate with the animals in a way that we could potentially traverse the ravine without actually having to fight any of them.
I'd be willing to try either, honestly. I mean, I've been through both. They both suck.
How big of shitsters are the cliff divers though?
How big of what?
Shitsters.
It's like, have you've been stabbed with a dagger, right?
More times than I could count.
It's like every one of them is like a dagger, but with wings.
Okay, but like how like let's say you're talking to them like there are like there are two types of 4-year-olds. One that just love to just stir up shit, and the other ones are like nice and peaceful and they're willing to listen to reason. Are they
It's sort of
okay?
it's more like if one of them gets angry for no reason, they say I'm angry, and then like two say it, then four say it, then all of them say it. That's the worst part.
I could just go up and like touch the crystal, see what's going on with it. Worst case scenario, something bad happens and we decide to go through the ravine, but we'll know what actually happens.
Artuk, as a quick point in of history, you will recall that the click divers are the only animal that you've ever actually heard the archdruid set call fucking assholes.
I recount thusly.
well,
Okay, so that seems to
point-
eliminate the possibility of reasoning with them.
Makes it hard.
Let's say, okay, is there a way we can avoid their attention in the first place, or is that just like not an option?
I mean, if I was able to do all my magic, I might be able to figure something out, but I'm trying to reserve doing a lot of that till we're at the Grove and I know how to deal with poor shit.
Well, okay, so what I'm thinking is like, let's say we could, I don't know, pass without a trace or something like that. That could be like plan A, and then if it breaks bad and they start to kill us, then everyone just get really close to me and I could call up spirit guardians, and I can't imagine they have that many hit points. So they would probably
what?
I don't know what I just said. Sorry.
Yeah, what are hit points?
I can't imagine they're very bulky. So they would probably like
The size of
die
guinea pigs. Those are pretty
pretty
bulky
quickly.
helmet.
I will say that, if they got on us, instead of fighting them off, I could always, make some fog or something for us to run away in too.
I would say, all right, I came back from taking a piss. Have we made a decision yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought
I'll go
So
take.
the hornet, mine.
Hey, God is gonna go take a piss real quick. You guys notice it starts to rain.
Oh no!
Byron is also going to go take a. Well, he's not going to take a piss. He's going to grab a snack and while I take this snack and probably a piss, my vote is for the crystals because A, hot fae, B, I've got a counter charm. And see, I don't want to live with the knowledge and sight of a cliff diver ever for the rest of my life. Just knowing that they exist is enough for me. All right, that's my point. Have fun, you guys.
Sunny's gonna go get a slice of pizza.
So
I feel like the number of people involved in this conversation.
I guess
dwindling.
it's just us deciding since everyone else is peeing and or pooping.
Okay,
Sure.
so pass without a trace. Someone has that, right? Or am I crazy?
I don't know what you're talking about. I
Does
have
it, like,
full
A certain, like,
spells
I don't
you
know, like
must
shadow
know.
monk have that as a class ability?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Oh.
No, it's not
Okay.
true. I do have pass without trace.
Oh, hey. Okay, cool.
it's like one use in an hour though, and if it's multiple hours that we're traveling.
That
Point.
that does remind me real quick.
Or
What's the word I was looking for? How quietly have you guys been trying to move through? Are you just moving at like a leisurely pace, or are you like trying very much to like stay low to the ground, not disrupt any, ivy notwithstanding, but like moving through the general forest?
I guess how much does that slow us down?
Oh, like half speed.
Half speed, effectively.
I feel like we'd
Uh,
just be hiking normally.
Like
I f-
every
Yeah.
encounter you guys deal with, there's an hour of normal travel time. So it's like you had an hour of walking, you hit the ivy, that took an hour. You have another hour of normal walking. Now this, however long it may take.
I feel like
I
there's
think-
no point. I feel like if we said like we all stealthily walked through we've never been in the forest before. We're all trying to like get over shit. We're just hiking. We're hiking
I
normally.
mean, D&D rules are that if you want to move at half pace, you can make stealth checks, and you can't make stealth checks moving at regular pace.
Yeah, I just don't like us moving more quietly. The trees talk to each other. Like I don't see
Yeah.
what we're trying to hide.
Yeah, I agree.
You
Yeah.
see that hunk of an orc man?
I mean,
no, sorry, that's a
everyone
furbolg.
knows, baby. You carnivorous tree.
Wait, so I vote crystals because it seems cooler.
I'm scared of Fae. Is no
I
one else
we
scared of
can do
Fae?
crystals.
One's a big bug. I can kill a big
Which
bug.
one do you want
Same.
to, like, Eric wants to deal with? Do you seriously
I
think
like
it'd be
big
fun to kill a
bugs.
big bug?
He described giant hornets the size of guinea pigs and xenomorph owls. Those would be fun to hit with a hammer. Okay,
Let
I
me
play
s-
D&D differently from everyone else, and my guy's bad at saving throws.
I don't have anything to help you with that. I thought I might, but I don't.
Oh, I wonder why he wants to fight the things with a hammer.
I have a counter charm thing he can do to help you guys. I can't remember what it is exactly, but it would.
No, yeah,
I know it helps with face specifically.
It's the Song of Counter Charm as the bard player. It gives advantage on all effect or all saves against wisdom saves
You're
against charm.
confused. You play a druid.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
thinking of Ebenezer.
Tyler's
He's the
peeking
bard.
into existence.
Fair.
Well, Ebenezer, I was so happy to play with him.
I can't wait till the show's back up.
It was just like he was introduced so fluently.
Press the I.
Candle
I
that
kind of
burns.
liked Ebenezer. I was kind of hoping he would stick around a bit.
Ebenezer, I just hope Ebenezer's clone is okay out there somewhere.
Yeah, same.
You know what? Screw it. Let's do the Fae thing.
Let's do the fate thing.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
We can do the same thing.
Crystals it is.
It's just my search for bloodlust never ceases, you know?
The crystals crash.
The crystals crash.
I
Wow, that
let it go
really
as
got
long
me,
as
huh?
I could.
Every time.
Oh, we had a crystal page.
Did y'all ever
I'm glad we went
play
with the
Crash
crystals.
Bandicoot?
Me too.
That was a
Yeah.
banger game.
Yep.
As you guys
Yep.
enter, I fucking love Crash Bandicoot. I'm
Yep,
not moving
same.
on from that.
I loved him in Doctor Strange.
God damn it.
As you guys begin to
Tiny milk.
The milk you got just tastes good on its own.
It's milk.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
if
does.
you get the right kind of milk, it tastes good on its own.
honestly,
Yeah, the ones that have flavoring in them.
Mhm.
the amount.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I could
reading
drink
the
straight up
amount of
oat milk.
this is really out of character for Ode, so I'm sorry. I can't resonate with it.
Yeah, you lose inspiration.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Here I just need to come over to the right spot. So, just as a quick, why is there just a fucking pink circle? Who put that there? Who did this? That was Kezia. I know it was.
It's the
Um,
Fae.
You know, you guys all see.
They've
rings-
already
I'm so glad we
infiltrated.
found the dick rock.
Tick Rock. It's an important marking location. Kind of sets everyone straight for when they're in the Crystal Gorge. As you guys enter into it, Artuk, just as a quick
Where are
reamble,
we
Crystals.
entering?
the Crystal Gorge.
Cool. Okay, I'm singing my song.
Or-
Countercharm.
Isn't it above the gorge?
Sorry, notes got mixed
Oh,
up.
Crystal Canyon?
There.
Hey,
No, it's
Carson, break
above
us off a piece.
No, the canyon, the cliffs part is part of the canyon.
Oh,
I think.
It's like rock candy.
Here's the thing. I don't know if it makes sense geographically, but I like the sound of the Crystal Canyon, so it's called that.
you see, it's a larger canyon with a small ravine in the center of it.
It's a
We're in the canyon part, but
No,
there,
see, it
there
was-
is a 20-foot drop in the center of it.
Like the crystal
No, the
plateau.
Vikings wanted to confuse people, so they named it Greenland instead of Iceland. And they named it a
Crystal
ravine.
Ravine to
Yeah,
throw people off. Yeah.
yeah. No, they
Around
no,
is
they named it
just
Crystal
murder
Canyon.
hornets. It's actually just a nice walk through a J.C. Penney.
You guys know that
What?
scene when
JC
he's
Penney?
trying to pass through the freaking perfume section?
Yep.
All right. We walk through the canyons of crystals.
One second. Whew.
Hey, on God's coughing.
It was like the
You guys
Jason
get the
Penny scene from
spot.
Elf.
As you guys move on, begin to move through, Artuk, you are struck with a reminder. This section of the forest is not barred, but there is a warning often associated with this pass, as exactly the reasons you guys have discussed. It's just implicitly tied to the Feywild. At certain times of the year, like passes and like connections between that land, the land of the Fey, can open and close, and with that, it just invites in their presence. Pixies, satyrs, dryads, all manner of Fey creatures can wander their way in here, and if you're not careful, creatures from the material plane can find themselves suddenly no longer at home. This entire section is congregated. It's rather difficult to get lost unless you're very inexperienced, but it is certainly a constant. It is certainly a looming threat to just find yourselves fallen in. As you begin to enter through, with the smile floating in front of Dick Crystal, you all see, of course, just a number of these crystals just kind of emerging. The ends of these tree roots just suddenly lurching up and transforming themselves, or having fallen. You do see that Artuk, presumably members of the herd at some points, kind of did cultivate some of these crystals to give something of a path. Kind of these lanterns here are just joined sections of them kind of forced upwards, similar to stalactites with kind of ever blue flames flickering there and just kind of beckoning you deeper in. As you guys begin to move through, Kezia, did you say you wanted to touch any of them?
No, that was kind of a joke. And since we all decided that we were planning on going this direction anyways with counter charm, it was like a hey, no, I'm not touching any.
Okay. As you
It
guys
was a long
begin
walk to saying no.
as as you as you guys begin to move through, though, you do hear this just quiet resonance all around you, kind of similar to No, like if you've hit like a crystal or something with like a tuning fork, and it's just like this very dull hum that's going the entire time. In some ways, it could, you know, it may like mask your movement just as well as if it got worse. You could probably set it off to kind of give yourself away. But
I
as you
harmonize with it.
I am singing a song of counter charm.
what's that? What's
Oh.
that look like? Crack us off a bit of that.
Well, okay, sing a note for me.
La.
Oh, well, I was gonna do it.
I can't sing. I was just gonna.
Look at this photograph.
I mean, like,
Look at
you know,
this graph.
I do a minor fifth. Okay, that's what I fucking do.
Great, now I'm
Do
gonna
that.
see what that means.
Tell me that, David.
Oh,
Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. It's a,
Look at all these crystals
I'm excited
in
for
the
this to show up on
photograph.
YouTube later.
This is gonna be fun. We're gonna get
Oh,
copyright
no.
struck for this.
Yeah.
As you guys begin to move through, though, kind of just following the set trail, I just like everyone to roll a d20 for me.
Hang on, I was mopping my apartment. I'll be right back.
Natural 20?
Natural 20, okay.
13.
15.
Morak and Ode rolled badly.
Who was that two? Was that Morak or Ode?
That was Ode.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, that was Morak. That was Morak. Fine, you get the 5. Congrats.
Morak
I
and
wanted to too.
No, you get the 5.
Morak and Zeka. As you guys begin to move through, as
Oh, I
Zeka
want to
goes-
say this. I want to say this before. Sorry. Mary started looking up funny chants. I'm holding an action to cast protection from good and evil whenever some fuckery starts happening.
Seems
So-
convenient.
Please
Nice.
continue if fuckery happens.
Nice.
I wrote something out for counter charm at one point.
as you guys begin to go through, I'm going to say Zeka with the natural 1. As you begin to go through, you eventually kind of try to find the rest of the party advances forward thusly, kind of just using one of the routes as a stepping stone to kind of just step over a particular like pitfall. Zeka, your hoof unfortunately catches a very small groove, and the wood gives way, and you begin to stumble forward. Morak attempts to catch you, but ultimately the momentum is just too much, and you begin to tumble forward right onto just kind of a low lying crystal that's kind of just embedded into the earth, kind of right before. Morak, are you casting protection from good and evil? Or what was it? Protection from energy?
Protection from
Protection
good
from good and evil.
And yes, after we fall, I immediately cast it because I feel like he's preparing it, and once something happens, he kind of just lets go.
Pop, go ahead and can you put that in the roll 20 for me? But as you guys connect with it, you guys aren't injured. It's a very mild fall. No.
Ah.
Oh, I got rolled a natural 1. Well, all right. Yeah, absolutely nothing happens to you guys. You're fine. Protection from good and or from evil and good.
And who are you casting it on?
Me.
Oh,
I'm scared, dude. I don't like Faye.
As you guys
I re-found my counter charm chant. This is his counter charm chant. I sent it into the chat.
ooga,
Oh, this is
ooga, ooga, ooga.
as you guys kind of fall in and land on this crystal, there's just a very brief moment of silence. Everyone kind of is like,
This is audio hell. Please.
and then just
Oh, they're
kind of
all
this
sneaky.
like sharp like resonance, as if someone just struck that crystal with a tuning fork, and then after about half a second, another one just further ahead. You see actually more towards the front near Odin Artuk, let's say. You see the crystal one of the crystals change from this kind of like iridescent blue to more of a yellow hue and begin to also have that kind of resonance begin. And then further to the side, as it just begins to get louder and louder and louder. I would like Morak and Zeka to make this will be Constitution. So Constitution saving throws. Morak, because of the spell, you have advantage. Oh, wait. Well,
And Counter Charm doesn't do anything?
wait, Counter Charm? Hold on. I need to look at this effect real quick. Oh. I'm going to just say, Morak, your DC is lower. You both have advantage.
Hell yeah. And what kind of save is it?
Con.
Okay, I'm not amazing at those. That's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, you guys both actually pass with Morak with the protection. You see like a like mode of energy kind of latch out from this crystal towards you, but with the spell, it kind of just falls on deaf ears. It basically fails to connect. Whereas Zeka, whatever kind of moat, he is luckily able to kind of just fall forward and continue to just kind of avoid it, as this kind of resonance and this humming and this like just begins to grow and grow in volume. Everyone, it's not to the point that it's damaging your ears, but it's starting to get very, very unpleasant, as you know this is making a lot of noise. You guys both pass, so you don't have that happen. But yeah.
Can I like?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm gonna like pluck out some of my furs, and I'll be like as I do it, I'll kind of bundle them up and put them in my ears as earplugs.
As
David, keep in mind that he has to be able to hear my counter charm, so that also removes him from my counter charm.
I can still hear. It's just quieter.
Congrats, you have an ear infection.
You have an
Oh,
ear infection. I really needed to finish describing stuff before I let you guys say anything. As you all
Sorry.
begin to hear this kind of lyrical, this kind of faint melody begin to wash over all of you. All of those affected by the counter charm, I would like you all to make wisdom saving throws. Zeka, how deep do you burrow this in?
Well, I just meant for it to be like quieter, you know, like if it was getting like uncomfortably loud.
Do we have advantage on the wisdom saving throw?
You guys everyone affected by the counter charm has advantage. Zeka, did you put the feathers and such in enough that you couldn't hear anything?
No, it would be like half volume.
Okay. Then I would say go ahead and make it the counter charm with advantage. You also will have a lower DC similar to what Morak just had. Morak actually will also have a lower DC because he still has that spell active.
Well, I don't think it really affected me with how poorly I rolled.
Yeesh.
This is why I didn't want to go to the phase shit, guys. You guys all suck.
So Zeka, why'd Zeka roll twice? Oh, that's the con save.
Yeah.
Artuk.
You made me roll twice, bitch. I'm sorry, David. I didn't really mean it.
No, you're fine. What did Ode roll?
I'm trying to roll.
Okay. Let's get this going.
We have advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Ode's roll, the 19.
Okay. Ode, Zeka, Artuk, Byron. Okay. Ode, Zeka, Artuk, and Byron. You all kind of feel this kind of magic begin to kind of take shape around you. I would say, yeah, you guys hear this music kind of begin to overwhelm you, but you're mostly able to ignore it as you are kind of keeping in mind what Morak, what Artuk, what everyone has said about the Fae. You're able to just like, okay, hold on, I need to take a moment to kind of zen out and try to like tune this out. Like whatever tricky shit they're gonna pull, you're able to kind of find that mental strength. Kezia, Morak, and Sunny, your guys' eyes just kind of glaze over for just a minute as you hear these notes begin to be strung. It sounds like a harp is actually two harps kind of harmonizing with one another, and it's growing not loud but louder as it seems to be approaching you. Sunny, it does sound more like it sounds more like Daft Punk to you rather than a harp, but Kezia and Morak, you're certainly enchanted by the noises of the harp. If you guys look around, okay, Kezia sits down. You guys see her do this, and you all are keenly aware that this music is kind of growing in volume. Do you do anything out immediately?
I think Sunny starts to like kind of dance a little bit. Just kind of grooving to it.
Kezia,
fuck.
we should keep moving here.
It's pretty.
Well,
You don't
you
want
can
to-
still hear it as we walk, so onwards and upwards, as I always say.
No, Kezia, that doesn't sound very.
No, I'm
good.
really tired. I think it would be a good idea to take a rest.
I think lots of things, but to stop and rest is not one of them. So let's keep moving.
Yeah,
Moving and grooving.
We'll rest eventually, but this is definitely not the time or place.
You guys hear a third instrument kind of begin to join in. It seems. What would it be? Just something more like something similar to like a violin. I don't know instruments well, sue me, but yeah, it sounds like a violin, and it's just kind of this almost concert is just beginning to grow all around you, and you guys actually see just different little like at the edges, little wisps kind of begin to circle in the probably like if you guys think of your kind of group as like the very center as a fixed point, probably like 30, 40 feet out, just kind of like circling all around you. It kind of bears a resemblance actually to Milosh.
David, we can all hear this?
Yeah, every one of you can hear it. Only Kezia, Morak, and Sunny are like affected by it, like notably affected by it.
Guys, maybe it's like this music. Are they being Byron, can people still be charmed when you have your song going up? Maybe they're under some magic that's making Kezia.
Unfortunately,
And Ode kind of like stands next to Kezia and kind of like tries to prompt her to get back up on her feet by like pushing at her back, like kind of like making her, and then she kind of gestures to Kezia sitting down.
unfortunately, yes, they can still fall under the effects of charms.
Could I make like an Arcana check?
I feel like Kezia actually has the right idea here, guys. I'm not that tired, but I could definitely like take a little rest.
I'd agree. We've been going pretty hard for a while now. And he's
Zeka, absolutely. By the way,
Okay, thank you.
Guys, I think you're falling for their magic. Like, Morak,
What
do you
magic?
want to punch some fae? Come on, like you
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to punch something, and then you guys really told me like with a spell, like I have a spell up. He's singing a song right now, and you guys all said it would be fine. So I'm down to just like vibe here, and I go over to Sunny and I kind of start jamming out with him a little bit.
Hey, David,
It's-
I also pop my detect magic.
oh well, there's definitely fucking magic. Fucking, it's like turning on
Yeah,
night
what-
vision goggles while looking at the sun. Your eyes hurt for a little bit.
Well, what class is it?
I believe it would be considered enchantment.
Yep.
I
Okay,
think
so
that's
it's a
the
charm.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Oh yeah.
I
No.
mean, it does seem like
No.
this is the best place to take a rest.
I
I-
disagree.
Yeah, personally, I can't really sleep whenever like there's music like this playing. My foot just wants to tap. So like, let's just keep moving. We'll find somewhere just a little bit quieter, and like then we can take a nap. How's that sound?
Okay. I mean, yeah. After this song,
Ode, like
ends.
next to Kezia, like it unleashes her claws and like puts her claws in Kezia's back, trying to do like minimum damage, but seeing if like damaging her kind of knocks her out of it.
Ooh, I like that. a lot.
Mm, Clever.
Yeah, Kezia, if you want to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
still got advantage because is counter charm still up?
Yeah, counter
Yeah.
charm is still up, I imagine.
Okay. 18.
You're just there's this beautiful melody, and right as kind of the violin is kind of reaching is kind of beginning to grow, you hear like this beautiful elven voice in a language you can't understand, but you know that what they're saying is beautiful. And then fuck,
No!
not
Why did
damage,
you do
but
that?
just a sudden jolt in your back.
Yeah, you were magical-fied.
Okay, I'll slap Sunny. You get 4 hack.
Sunny and Morak are currently doing like the shopping cart dance that you do at weddings.
Ode like goes over and she's like, "Yeah, guys, totally feeling it."
Morak and Sunny, go ahead and make a wisdom saving.
I think when
I just
Kezia's
kick you in the shins, man.
when Kezia comes over to
Walk over and
Sunny,
kick 'em.
he's gonna scoop her up into like a spin and start like tangoing with Kezia.
No, you definitely take a point of
Just
damage.
dangling.
Like, absolutely.
Kezia, you kick him, right?
Yeah.
Sunny, make a save. Kezia, just ring it.
No, no. She steps on his toes.
Wait, David, I just made that call. Does it seem reasonable that they take a point of damage, or?
I think that's reasonable. I think just
Yeah.
one.
Not lethal, right?
I would control herself so much, but she's so powerful.
You just see Morak go, oh!
What
What
save do I make?
Mark, you fucked up. Come on.
Okay, fine.
More
I
fun.
thought if I kept dancing, it would seem like I meant to be doing it.
Sunny,
Wisdom.
go ahead.
Which save? Constitution?
No wisdom for this one.
Ooh, wisdom.
With advantage.
You do have advantage. And, as you walk over, you stomp on his foot. He's like, "Oh yeah." He picks you up. You kick him again in the core, and he just is not slowing down. Like, to be clear, you kick him in the core. You kick him in his heart, effectively, and he is not slowing down. He is still busting to this beat.
Also, let's all talk about how impressive it was that Kezia, in her 2.5-foot stature, somehow did this amazing ninja kick up to his core. That's approximately 5 feet off
He
the ground.
picked her up.
Oh! I didn't see that part. I like my headcanon more.
I think Sunny starts just like spinning around with Kezia, like holding her by the arms, like spinning around.
Let's see. Only
This is
one.
very
Around the world, around the world.
Morak smacks Sunny across the head.
Before you do that, you do see these wisps just kind of begin to cycle around, and you actually see like a band of like 6 or 7 pixies just kind of begin to come in and just strum on their harps. Do you try to smack
God.
some people more time?
Yes.
Go ahead and make one more wisdom save, Sonny.
10.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Around
look
the
at him hard and go,
world.
Sonny, I swear to God, if you don't keep moving,
He's
I will
singing
black
louder
hole
and
you.
louder.
You all hear.
and I'm gonna give you a
What's the-
bit of
what-
inspiration.
You all hear in one in.
Wait! I want to use that inspiration.
Yeah, give him inspiration.
I'm not sure that's how it works. You're supposed to have it before, but I'll allow it.
17.
Sonny. Oh God. It just changed from Daft Punk to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No.
Ugh.
Kezia, what are you doing? Wasting time dancing. I have a very limited number of minutes left on this world, and you're dancing?
I think we should get away from these fairies.
Yes.
You all hear in one voice. One in a should have downloaded that voice changer that Eric had. Jeez. In one voice, just a kind of feminine voice take hold and say, "Won't you join us for our symphony? Just a little while longer." As the music just kind of begins to grow.
Nope. Let's go. Come on.
No,
go.
fuck you.
No, we work on night shift. We gotta leave when we start running.
Definitely don't have time for this nonsense.
You guys start to book it?
Yes, we leave.
Yes.
Okay, you guys start to run, and you see the wisps begin to follow you as the music kind of begins to chase after you. This time, though, it's taking more of a yakety sax, kind of like a chase music behind you. Nothing too serious, but just kind of enough to elevate the comedy of the situation. I would just like everyone, since you're just trying to kind of book it, rather than making you guys make saves for the rest of the fucking day, I would like. I'd just like everyone to roll a either athletics or acrobatics check, just kind of continue to book it out of here, and then
Hey, David, are we like in a combat with the pixies, or are we able to just run away from them?
you're going to be able to get away. It's not going to be.
okay.
They're not trying to kill you. They're just trying to charm you and be dickheads about it.
They just want to party.
Around the world. Okay.
What the? Was that the Halloween edition of Around the World?
God damn it. Got it. I wanted to
the one who needed it.
Fucking hell, Ode. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm just like really. Ode says, "No, fuck you" to the pixies, and then kicks one of them, and then runs away.
Just like hops on the trees across like a freaking Naruto ninja.
Ode jumps, fucking like jump kicks a fairy, uses the momentum to jump into a tree, and just starts booking it. And as you see that pixie hold their broken harp. Oh, I took out a loan to get this. You hear the music begin to fade as the other pixies are like, okay, don't worry, Greta, don't worry. We can fix this. You got the insurance. Why didn't you get the insurance for this?
The insurance?
Why? Oh my god, we live in a forest. There are wolves that just eat us. Why didn't you invest? Good lord. You guys hear this in the distance as between your guys' rolls, some of you definitely didn't roll. Yeah, hold on. That's Aneezer. Kezia's still feeling the latent effects of the beat. But I would say with you guys on the whole, especially with Ode's natural 20 to kind of pull you through, you guys are, with some small delay, are able to eventually kind of pass through. You are still in this kind of crystal section. The harmony of the music and the resonance has definitely died down significantly at this point, but you still have like a bit of time to go. Artuk, not sure precisely how long, but you guys are you're definitely at least over halfway, probably 3/4 of the way through, one encounter length away from reaching the end of this particular section of the woods. I'm gonna mark down a few things real quick, but you guys do successfully get away from the pixies. Like I said, they aren't trying to kill you. They're really fixated on the broken instrument and the Greta's lack of foresight, so they kind of let you guys get away after a while. I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick, and then we'll continue. If anyone else wants to grab a quick snack or anything like that, I will be back.
Yeah, could you grab me something?
Yeah, grab me. Can you give me some Takis?
No. I'll take a beer.
I'll get one. I'll get a beer.
Oh, hey, thanks for the Takis, David. Appreciate it, man.
David, this is a Coke. Why did you bring me a Coke when I asked for a beer?
Thought it was carbonated beer. I don't know.
0 stars.
Oh no.
Wait, where the fuck did you even get?
Unsubscribe.
Oh no,
Passport?
Adam, you're going
I'm
into
freaking out.
the zone. Oh no, Adam's going into the Matrix again. No.
What happened? I'm
Next
not
thing
at
you know
my
is-
computer, so I can't see what's happening.
I'm going into the bird zone.
The bird box.
Focus.
The tit bowl.
Oh, it started to for a second.
Because I have
Oh, I think it's the filter on.
meet me,
Oh, yeah.
Adam. Why is it not doing it now?
Take them to Brazil.
The better question is, why did it ever do that thing?
Yeah.
Wait a
it's-
minute. Eric, is that from The Simpsons?
Take them to Brazil?
Yeah.
No, I think that's a conglomeration of send him to Detroit, and believe it or not, straight to Brazil, as just punishment for something. So that is the one bit that is not from The Simpsons.
I don't think I get either of those references though. Where's send him to Detroit from?
I don't know. Like, just hold on.
Watch a
video.
Simpsons reference. That would be funny as fuck.
I know it's not a Simpsons reference.
Okay.
Here. Are you watching my stream?
Working on it. I am watching it.
Keep getting lost in my notes. Beautiful, beautiful things.
That's DMing, baby.
I'll move on from that.
That's what that's from.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't hear any of the audio, so I don't really know what happened. But
I couldn't hear you because I was listening to the audio. He's like, you can't scare me. The guy who's the American. He's like, send him to Detroit. No, not Detroit. No.
that is really funny.
Oh, Rocket. Okay, you guys have been going.
He's just off camera snoring. He's being a good boy.
He's schnoozing.
Yeah.
What a good schnoozer. Is that his breed?
I think so.
So we should tell people he's like a mix of good boy and
Yeah,
schnoozer.
he's 100% purebred good boy.
He's not
That's
100%
all
pure
dogs. That's all
good
dogs.
boy. He's got some
He's got some big goober in him.
He's got some goober in him, and he does have a little bit of butthead in him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a rare breed.
Is that related to Beavis?
What?
Is that related to Beavis?
Yeah, they came from the same genealogical line.
Same litter.
I like the music choice, by the way. Whoever put it on.
Thank you. I just found long-held tones.
Nice.
Nice.
Can you guys hear anything on my end?
Not particularly.
That's crazy. Man, the voice isolation is fucking good.
He says like as it crinkles into nothingness.
Well, that wasn't me.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking Mr. What's your face? What's your name?
David.
Okay.
No, your real name.
Highlander.
Defo.
Etho?
Jimmy Hoffa.
You just said a name.
Actually, his actual name is D.B. Cooper.
God damn, I was trying to think of what that name was. I couldn't for the life of me.
It stands for David Cooper.
I love that.
What was that?
Like, I love that bit when, like, at the end of the episode, Rick is like, "Oh, this is just like that one time when, like, Michael Fangler did this thing," and then both of the kids are like laughing. He's like, "Oh yeah, you don't like that joke? I made him up. He doesn't exist. I'm being sheeple."
That's good. That's a good one.
Because I definitely, like, I fucking do that. I'll just laugh when someone says the name because I think it's funny that someone's saying the name.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
It's just like when Michael Fassbender did that thing.
Oh yeah, I totally remember that. The live for every day. Alrighty. Are we all back and ready?
Yes, sir.
More or less.
Alright. Then
Are we
as-
gonna fight today, David?
We'll find out, won't we?
I guess we will.
As
We
you
might
guys
not.
begin to move through the forest, it's getting like towards the end. Like, you guys will need to rest soon. You're going on like 21 hours of like, for some of you that's fine. You took it easy. Artuk got not ribs at a library this morning. Kezia, Morak, and O did kill Valanis still in the last 12 hours, I believe.
Yeah, are we exhausted yet?
Almost. But yes, as you guys are continuing to move through the Crystal Canyon, Morak, you do hear suddenly just a voice shoot into your mind. Hey Morak, it's Dad. It's about 11:37, and I'm just getting off work. Just calling to let you know there have been a few updates to the wedding ceremony, and I'm gonna need you to come back to Cathartis just a little earlier than we thought.
Stop.
Just
Oh my gosh.
just give me a sending back anytime. Number's still 000000017. All right, see you soon. Click.
You can respond to this message.
You also do remember that seems a little longer of a message, but you do remember that your parents did recently get the the unlimited word plan for their second stone.
I love that.
Yes, Father. You guys just see Morak start talking. Yes, Father, it's me, your son, Morak.
Morak.
Uh,
I think he's
on a sending call.
again.
Was he
He's
praying?
on a sending call.
I'm kind of busy right now. Great hearing from you. We'll keep in touch. I'll try to come back as soon as possible.
He's totally been mind fucked.
Love your little boy.
Oh shit! All right.
Mark, you take another point of damage. Oh, inspiration. That's fucking hilarious.
Mark, are you back?
Oh, my father sent me a sending spell. It's just I can't explain it when I'm answering because then I lose all the words and we pay a lot for the words.
I'm so sorry. I kind of did it in like the same holes.
I know they like just kind of like they just kind of like closed up a little bit with the scale.
I'll take that inspiration.
Absolutely. Oh god.
Why did I put the armor back on?
Oh, Ryan came over.
Oh, Maggie, it's okay. I love you too. It's okay. Mary just hurt me. Mary just hurt me. Oh, he's a good boy. He's 100% good boy. I take back the butthead. He has no butthead in him. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, so turns out the wedding is being pushed up. But we don't need to worry about that right now. We have much bigger plans.
To when?
He didn't say. I think it's just sooner than we expected, which was further away than what it is now.
Yeah, you said it was gonna be like in the late summer, and we're in the winter right now.
Oh yes, but
like
everyone
a couple
knows
months.
that seasons are weird in period, so who knows how much in between it is.
October really fucked up the season calendar too. He really wanted it to go spring then fall, but he didn't understand that just changing the title didn't change the weather.
And since Cathartis is kind of near the equator, we kind of only we only kind of have a dry and a rainy
Well, no, I'm
season.
saying if it got put up, it wouldn't it wouldn't be happening in the late summer now.
Oh,
It'd be
yes.
pushed up into maybe it's a winter wedding. Maybe the flame lashes have like a tradition where they have to have like a winter wedding.
I never really asked anything about that.
Yeah, you don't seem to know a lot about Naz's culture or personality.
You act like that's a bad thing. That's how my parents met.
You know what? I'm not going to add anything to that. I'm not going to put my human thoughts into that.
Yes.
You guys don't need the
it seems
beauty
like-
of an orcish world.
Oh,
We don't
no.
need to talk about this right now, okay? He's
We do have
dying. He's
some-
cursed. My mind just got attacked. Can we please keep going? I just wanted to fight bugs, okay?
Wait, hold on.
I needed
Is that-
to talk to Daddy for minutes.
Your mind got attacked. I thought that was just a call from your father.
Well, no, before.
Do you
like,
really feel like talking about the wedding is an attack on your mind?
No, it's not. Like, this is
Sonny
an attack
walks
on
over.
my mind, okay?
Sonny-
I feel like
Sonny-
this is an attack on my character because I'm making me feel things. I just wanted to go help my friends.
Okay, we'll
Sonny
stop.
puts his hand on Morak's shoulder and he says, everybody has things that they're afraid of. It's okay to be uncertain about things. But forget about that, because I've got only like 20 minutes to live.
Right, Sonny's right. We should keep going.
Yes. Like, what if she doesn't like? It doesn't matter. Let's keep going.
Okay, as you guys with that.
You can make that as much of a scene as you wanted.
I know. I like doing it the way I've been doing it. I wouldn't be doing it the way I would do it if I didn't want to be doing it this way.
Everybody sees Morak.
Literally trying to avoid it. Like, it's great.
Everybody sees Morak freeze for like 20 seconds and then just start crying and then keep walking.
He puts on his helmet and keeps walking.
Oh my god. When I thought of that fucking bit, I fucking set myself laughing for like at least 10 minutes initially. I was just like, oh my god.
Dude, the way he said, like, it's 11:40 p.m. or whatever, I was
I
like,
just quoted.
fucking hell.
I was just lifting how my dad leaves me voicemails.
It's a very
It was
dad.
very good.
That's how my grandma leaves me voicemails. She signs all of her texts with "Love, Grammy."
My dad started doing that. I'm like, Dad, you're not 87.
Yeah, my grandma is
I-
in the 80s.
Yeah.
My grandma signs it off by saying, I'm in Russia somewhere. Someone please come save me. And we say, no, Grandma. You're fine.
Oh. Kinda freaked
It's
out.
funny because that's all that's in the text.
And then I tell her, don't worry. The Russian police, well, I forgot what they're called. The Russian police will get you today.
KGB.
KGB. Fuck.
And DVD, right? I have no idea.
The DVD.
DMV.
It's still
The
worried
PvP.
about me.
No, he just wants cuddles.
Oh, he just wants cuddles. Are you just a cuddle?
You can
All right.
You can want cuddles and be
you
worried.
actually heard him right.
With that, I feel like most of you are getting pretty exhausted explicitly going throughout the day. You've been going for a very long time. There was an element to which Morak still had like some steam in him, and that was just violently ripped out of him in a scant 50 words. You guys feel the weight of your tiredness. You guys, after another 20 minutes or so of walking, you kind of break through the Crystal Canyon and kind of reach the inner ring. There is still a little more to this forest before you get to the wider grove, or the sacred grove at its center. But you feel reasonably confident as you leave. It's back to, for at least a little bit, a more natural forest. And you feel as though there's the odd, like, kind of spirit wisp still moving around, but they seem pretty benign. Artuk, from your experience, it's very much a situation of, like, there are going to be spirits and things like that everywhere. As long as you don't fuck with them, you won't be fucked with. And there are predators around, but, like, there are going to be predators everywhere, so there's no one spot that's better. And pushing on, you could, but at that point you guys would begin getting levels of exhaustion.
I mean, if there's any time to rest, this is the time to rest. We are, risking staying in one place for a little longer, and I'm a little worried about the herd catching wind of us here, but I don't think we have much option.
Try to keep
Okay.
pushing through and just like dealing with the effects of feeling this exhausted.
I thought about that, but I'm worried, at the end of this path is figuring the shit out with the blight, and I don't know if we're gonna have to fight something or if I need to be on my toes for that. If I'm dragging my ass exhausted, it's gonna make it a lot harder to kick off the blight, which is already as strong or stronger than I am.
I thought the whole
Hmm.
reason we didn't rest before we came into here was in part because we might lose Sunny soon.
That's the other concern.
I mean, personally, like, I would like to keep going.
I'm gonna just if I'll say this for all of your sake. If you continue going, you will get exhausted. All of you will gain a level of exhaustion if you continue to go. Just bear that in mind. It's not even a check. It will just happen. You've been going for like at this point close to 24 hours.
I will
I mean-
say that when we get to the Grove, if we make it there, how far is the Grove at this point? Is it like another full day's travel, or
Not a full
No.
day. You would guess like with making some good time, you could probably get there within like 6 hours or so, maybe. It would require a bit of luck on your side, but
if we keep pushing through, we're gonna be real beat. But I will say that once we're at the Grove, we don't have to worry about the herd anymore. As
Do we-
much as
Do you think we'll
as-
have an opportunity to rest once we're there, or will we be getting right into stuff?
I'm hoping that perhaps we can rest there. I know that, at the very least, the herd won't be a problem there. The herd, for better or for worse, are pretty damn strict about the rules that they have had forever and ever. And one of those sacred rules, this grove is a real sacred place, and they would not even dream of, spilling a drop of blood in the grove. We are fully safe once we're in there. Home free. They're not a risk to us. If we're gonna
Sunny-
rest, that's a safe place.
Sunny, what do you think we should do?
Well, we're not without risk taking a rest here. But I suppose the journey itself is not without risk if we try to push through. What I'm concerned about is if we decide to push through. Well, if we decide to rest now and then reach the grove, we'll almost certainly just be taking another rest once we arrive there. Because we'll be using our abilities to reach that point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it's not better to simply push through and save the time and take only one rest.
I see the wisdom in that.
And here's the way to kind of add on to that. I'm so fully charged with spells that can help us through these tribulations, and like, sure, we'll be a little bit exhausted, but I think we can compensate for that because like all of the spellcasters have a lot of spells left over. We can use that to push through faster and get there sooner and then rest.
Artuk, have you been to the Grove before?
Once when he was a baby.
Yeah.
Last time, maybe? So, but we're not certain that if we get in there, it won't just immediately be a big monster that we have to fight.
I mean, if the Grove is a big monster we have to fight, the forest is in trouble. The Grove is the spiritual center of this whole woods. The fact that the woods is as healthy as it is means the Grove is, strong and healthy. My hope is that when we get there, either Ashira, who we're looking for, is there, or we can ask the tree at the center of the Grove where we can find Ashira, and then move on from there once we've had a little rest.
What you're saying is the best place to take a nap is at this tree.
Basically, I mean, it's a real sacred place to take a nap. So note the due respect you have to have for it while you're there, but it is a safe place where the herd can't get us.
Worry of bringing blight to the sacred tree.
Yes.
That's a concern to me.
Guys.
If
Go ahead.
I think though, I mean, we're gonna have to park the blight wherever we park, and so one way or the other, we're parking blight somewhere in the woods. I know that its heart is a dangerous place to park it, but
Park?
but sit it down, stop it. But we need to. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's all good.
We're all tired. That's fair.
It is. Yeah, I've been up for like 20 hours. No, what I'm saying, yeah, that's a real concern. I'm actually really, really worried about that. But I don't know if we're going to be able to take this blight down if the herd reaches us. So I'd rather go and have a chance to beat the blight than stay and lose our chance to beat the blight.
David, quick question. Sunny does have a level of exhaustion already, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if Sunny does get another level of exhaustion, his speed is going to be halved, which is going to slow us down a lot.
That changes things.
I would say that just to be sure,
Sunny behind.
I'm more on the side of we're in a safe spot right now. Tomorrow we just conserve our resources. I don't know how much more we have. Artuk, you would be able to attest to what dangers we still face getting to the center.
Yeah, we're
But
through.
if the herd hasn't found us yet, there's a lot of obstacle, and I don't think they're hot on our tail. There's a lot of obstacles between them and us right now, and right now it's night. It's midnight. My father just told me.
It's midnight there.
Well, it's the same.
No, it's not.
Are time zones the same thing?
No.
Well, based on that and how you know about time zones, you don't know about time zones. You don't know what time it is.
Okay, well, it's dark and it's scary, and if any of us rolls an ankle, it's gonna be really bad tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I see the wisdom there too.
David, I don't want to get too metagamey with it, but if we keep going, would Sunny also suffer another level of exhaustion?
Yep.
Even though he's only been like up for a few hours.
So, yeah, no, I would.
Yeah, he already got the exhaustion from that.
Yeah, Sunny would assuredly take another level of exhaustion because he didn't rest after being revived. So he is like feeling.
Oh well, hey, note for the future. Guess you got to rest after dying now.
Yeah, maybe we should make it our rule.
So I suppose with that, and not
I'll sleep when I'm dead fails.
knowing what awaits us at this grove, maybe it would be prudent to rest now while we have the chance.
Yeah, I agree.
And hope that we can carry through whatever awaits us at the grove.
Yeah.
We can also go a little bit faster on the way there if we're rested. Like double speed or whatever it is in order to like move more. Can't remember there's actual rules associated with that, but
That's true.
I suppose we could. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's get some rest here. Let's keep a vigilant watch. Maybe a few people at a time. And hopefully they're not too hot on our tail. You'll know when they're here because, I mean, essentially speaking, they're all sort of like me in druidic type abilities. Some of them are weaker than me at this point, but some of them are definitely still stronger than me at this point. When you go to towns around the Gorogrun, you hear tale of the forest and people straying too far in, where the ones who live to tell the tale talk about a pack of wolves that'll siege them and fall on them, and these wolves will be vicious and wild, and if they, have the gusto to retaliate against them, the wolf turns into a person who's stronger than the wolf was. So you can imagine the efficiency with which they sort of hunt without thinking too much about what they're hunting.
Ode leans into Kezia and she says, "The squirrel."
Oh, we do need to eat that.
But that didn't turn into a. Oh, we do need to eat that. We don't.
True.
What if you shot a squirrel and
Oh
it
my
just
gosh!
like
What if that was a person?
changed back into a
No,
human?
you're right. It didn't turn into a person. It's fine. It's fine.
No, that just means you killed it outright. You killed a member of the herd. Maybe you guys are just bad at it. No. Artuk, I'd like you to roll a D100 once again.
Sure thing.
Are we taking a rest?
I vote for a rest.
46.
Collective, anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Let's rest.
I'd say we rest.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like
Who's
this.
taking watch?
I'll take
I can
watch.
take watch with Sunny.
I don't technically need to sleep. I'm just going to defrag my hard drive and catch up on my solitaire. Oh, no! Wait, important question. When Sunny died and then came back, did it erase his high scores on solitaire?
Do you check?
Is his data corrupted?
Hey,
Hesitantly.
would you rather live with a sweet lie or a harsh truth? Choose for Sunny.
Oh, gosh. That's tough.
Is he gonna be able to go without playing solitaire though?
I need to know. I need to know. Sunny opens up solitaire.
Roll a D100.
$69, baby!
Nice. That's a crit.
It's still there. Not all was taken. You do notice that there is like a significant amount of memory damage. Like a lot of hardware is like not functioning, like poorly optimized. Like they have gone on redundant systems, like outdated drivers. You are like a fucking mess when you actually critically examine yourself. But don't worry, Solitaire
Helper.
was actually luckily.
Helper, assess operating system.
Helper appears. Hello. Hello.
Oh, shit.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Right function mute. Okay. Maybe if we switch it to text-based only.
You see like closed captioning appear in front of you. Anyone who's behind sees backwards closed captioning. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Task manager.
Went over to
in task.
you see text that just says gone.
I'll have to work on this. This is gonna take a while.
But okay.
I'll have to boot in safe mode, revert to OS Windows 98.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Here's the death.
Oh, people who used well, after a short rest. After a long rest, people who use hit die get what is it, like half our hit die back?
Yep.
So I'll wait until the end.
I think.
Wait.
Oh wow.
But yeah,
Wait, is it Sunny and Morak first watch?
Yes.
Morak will, once everyone gets in their sleeping bags, is all comfy. Morak's gonna go over to Sunny and go into his bag and pull out the friendship ball recipe that he had stashed away. He says, "I found this on you."
My
when you-
megabytes.
What were they called?
Megabytes. Because they taste so big.
Well, Morak gives it back to Sunny and says, "You can give this to Zeka in person."
Thank you, Morak.
Yeah. I'm glad you're back, even if it's for a short time.
I am too. We've got a lot of work to do.
We definitely do. But yeah. No matter how this ends, I want you to know I appreciate you. You're a good friend.
Thank you, Morak. You're a good friend too. Does this mean I'm your best man?
Well,
I'm not sure
Morak's
exactly
eyes
what that
get
is.
a little bit misty. as what?
Oh, I heard there was a thing called a best man for weddings.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
suppose I would have to be a best warforged.
Well, you know, if we can clean you up a bit, it will be a nice event. So if we can clean you up a bit, we'll figure something out.
All right. I'm excited. I mean, assuming I'm alive to see it.
I hope you are too. So, do you actually just want to play solitaire in person?
Like, together?
I mean, you can show me. I don't really know how to play it.
Sure.
Okay. I don't have. I think Kezia had a deck of cards.
Byron has cards.
I'm
Sonny,
pretty
like-
certain Kezia had a deck of cards at one point.
Oh yeah, she had the deck of cards that was supposed to make us talk about our backstories.
Yeah.
Are you
Do you
guys
think I should just? I can just go in her bag's right here.
Fucking handout. Are you kidding me? God damn it! I finally got rid of it.
I slowly grab the deck of cards from Kezia's bag.
To be fair, I do think she doesn't have those anymore.
No!
Brenna, you could say
Listen. If David lost and got rid of it, that means that it got lost.
When you guys were cycling through your items, one of you guys put it in the bag of holding, dropped it, like emptied it out for her to identify, but you guys thought it was a deck of cards. You're like,
Actually, I do think the canonical point that we got rid of it is when we were entering Harry and Magi and we got rid of any unnecessary magic items. So
That's fair.
yeah.
Oh, we totally never went back, because didn't we hide them somewhere? We totally never went back and got them,
You guys
right?
got most of them. I can't remember. They probably.
no,
Yeah,
I think we sold a couple non-important ones to a pawn shop because I had the cipher pen that I got, like,
Morak's
4 gold
mom
for.
gave him to Goodwill when we all left for college.
Yeah.
No, Morak's mom.
Damn it! I had this really funny idea of us pulling out like the whole deck at once.
And it's actually just like a mini episode where you're like traveling through like your own memories.
Or actually, it's only like 14 cards. What the hell?
Normally you play it with more cards, but I suppose it'll do.
I feel like that would be a good like filler episode.
That would have been a great goof, but sadly we deleted the item.
I deleted it last night of all the.
No,
That's
David! So we had it!
I organized all the handouts and I was like, they're never gonna come back to this. It's been abandoned for over a year and a half.
Wow.
Morak goes to Kezia's bag, pulls out a deck box, opens it, and is like, "Why is it empty?"
Distinctly, it's not empty. It's actually full of little honey nut trees. trees.
She threw them away to for the box.
Yeah, it's a pretty box.
Oh, and Bailey runs over and he grabs the box from your hand.
Okay, I guess you can't teach me solitaire now. You don't have cards.
That's alright. It's not really a cooperative game anyways.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fine.
you can play double solitaire. I'm not
I
here.
don't have solitaire.
Dude, why are you
also has
awake?
playing cards.
Because
Sonny turns around and sees like the whole fucking camp is awake and doing. I thought you were all were gonna sleep.
You guys are talking so
That's
fucking
your-
loud.
Well, maybe
you
you guys
guys are-
should all shove some of his leg hair into your ears like he's doing over there. And Zeka's just fast asleep.
Okay, real life question. Have you guys played double solitaire?
No.
No.
No, anyways.
It's actually a lot of fun. Okay, well, yeah, fuck whatever I was gonna say.
You talking about double solitaire?
It's
What
a
is
misnomer.
solitaire? Hold on.
Yeah, sorry that I am your friend and like talking to you in real life. Sorry, I always like to do this fucking fantasy bullshit.
Apology
That's
not accepted.
Oh my
Love you,
god.
Will.
So anyway, I've heard there's a thing called double solitaire.
Shut up.
If only someone was able to tell us what it is.
I think no.
Double
So
solitaire.
Sonny takes the deck of cards from Byron and he like sets it up to start showing Morak how to play solitaire, but it's like distinctly not the game that we understand as solitaire. The rules are completely arcane to everyone but
it's
Sonny.
Minesweeper, but with cards.
Yeah, he like lays them out in like a grid and flips them all over, and he's like trying to explain. So if you flip it over and it's divisible by 2, That means it. And he's like going through all the different things that it means. It's distinctly not solitaire. It's not even spider solitaire.
It's closer.
Minesweeper.
There's another game called Pinball, but for that we'll need a few more decks.
Ooh, wait, hold on. I know what we can do with this deck. We can play. I know what we can do. We can play War. He pulls out a bag of marbles. I would like, just as this kind of rest begins, I would like Artuk to make a wisdom saving throw, as well as actually just a wisdom saving throw for now.
I can do that.
Stop
Artuk can do that. Normal wisdom save.
Sloppy.
Hey, can we get Rocket a character? Like, I feel like he should be able to play.
I think he's the.
I think he's basically
Bailey.
playing right now. He's so sloppy.
My character would like to eat some peanut butter.
I get 2 spoonfuls more.
Can I roll for peanut butter, please?
Can I roll with that?
No, Ryan, you can't ask to roll. You have to wait until David tells you to. Well, I just rolled a 20 for peanut butter.
Wait, hold on. Roll for peanut butter.
Peanut butter they give me.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll for it.
Go ahead, roll. For
Ooh,
peanut butter.
5. Sorry, buddy. I let you
Okay.
down.
100 jars of peanut butter.
I was
Yeah.
You're right. It's Rocket. 5 jars of peanut butter for the boy.
been good knowing y'all.
You guys, well, I mean, the peanut butter plants are native to this forest, so it's not a stretch. Okay, Sonny, I would like you to make a con save.
Will do.
But yes, as you all begin to, you all begin to kind of settle in for the night. Artuk, even as you resist it, and you do feel very good about your ability to resist against the blight, you feel it continue to well up and grow within you. Before, in the year and a half or so since it has began, it was a very gradual thing, almost like pushing your boundaries to see where you would let it get into, and it grew in power within you. At this point, though, you want absolutely none of it, and it knows that. It knows you won't give an inch, it won't do anything, so it has stopped trying to hide itself, and it continues to well up and grow. Sonny, as you sit and watch and teach Arcane Solitaire to to Morak, you feel a pulse within you, or rather, similar to if you can just feel something in your arm, like almost like a muscle spasm along your arm. You know it to be the blight. It feels right along where the vein of it is as it reaches. Okay.
Trying to make me put a 7 on top of a king. You can't do that.
Your max HP decreases by 2. As it
Who's that?
Sonny. It's not painful. It's gradual. Really, until now, you hadn't even noticed that it was slowly working its way through. But all day, bit by bit, it's been working its way through your body. It's not a sudden lurch, but just you have a little less energy than you thought you would, even given the circumstances. You feel just less vital. But you don't feel like it ever was truly getting to you. That is an important lesson for you to take away from today, is that it will continue to weaken every stage, every chance, even on a good day where you felt very much at peace with it, let's call it. You are going to get weaker and weaker. Let's see. Just need to see some stuff here. Artuk, you
Yep.
also know the herd. You know that they are every bit, no, not every bit, more in tune with this forest. At least the elders are, by magnitudes and leads above you. And you know that for a bit of bluster and a bit of talk, if they knew someone was in the forest, they wouldn't just necessarily rush in. They might watch, and if they begin to disrupt things, they will come for them eventually. I don't want that to be lost. But they might not necessarily give it away. They would alert, they would track, and they would find an opportune moment to take them away. Or take them out, rather. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Sure thing. Perception.
Maybe it's you're overwhelmed by being back home once again, but you know that as you look around, there are wisps. There's the natural noise of the forest. There are your friends. There's the little clinking of Sunny as he moves. Morak's armor, shield just dragging against stone. The little furtive of Bailey as he kind of tries to cozy up on Kezia. There is plenty of camouflage in this forest for someone who's very good at hiding. And even with your damn good eyes and damn good ears, it's been a minute since you've been home. So it's very hard, and your excitement at being home, it's made it very difficult to dull out those noises. So with that, I will say you don't think you've been followed. You don't think the herd knows where you are. But very, very few people ever think the herd knows where they are, and very few people know it until it's far too late. So do with that information what you will.
I'm gonna. Obviously, I was resting and just thinking about that as I laid down and looking around. I'm gonna lay back down where I was, and I'm just gonna put my head back on the ground where it was for a moment and feel the grass against my cheek. And for a second, I'm gonna think. I'm just gonna really quietly, channeling and pushing against and into that bit of comfort of myself that I found and how it used to be that I found. I'm gonna look to the grass. I'm just gonna say, "Hey, I'm a member of the herd too. Are the rest of them around? Are they here?"
Do you use to speak with plants?
I don't know
You
if
can speak to them, but they can't speak back is the issue.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you're
know.
verbal.
Speak with plants is a
First level spell.
First level spell.
I would definitely say you're allowed to have prepared, even if it's not explicitly. I feel like it'd be ridiculous that Artuk not have it right now.
I don't know if I have access to speak with plants. I have animals.
There's no way.
Wait, hold on. The druid?
This was a 3rd level spell.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was gonna
It's
say.
a 3rd level?
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Is
Oh, there's a lot more
serious?
plants around.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
It's like,
It's not.
I guess it's harder to speak to a plant than an animal, sure.
Fair. Yep.
I worry about casting a 3rd level spell. I've never tried anything like that with my returning ability.
Would you like to make a check to see if you feel comfortable with it, or do you want to just...
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh.
I
What
would
kind
like
of
you
check?
to make I would say a wisdom check. Spell attack. Again, that kind of weird thing where you're proficient, but you're not. Yeah.
So proficiency plus wisdom.
Yes, sir.
Oh, natural 1.
You think you can do it, no problem.
You've
Isn't
been
that-
feeling very good. You think there is no danger to it at all.
Oh no.
Is that the feeling that I get from that? It's not. My confidence is not what it was.
I don't know what
But
the conclusion with that is.
Sorry. That is to say that the low roll meant I feel very confident, not I feel not at all confident.
You feel very confident in doing this. You feel as though there is no risk to it.
All right. I have been in here. Everything has been working. My magic has been back. I've been, improving. I've been able to cast magic. The plants have been coming to life around me here. I'm home. Everything feels right. I'm going to ask the grass with a 3rd level speak with plants.
Okay.
And I'm going to do everything in my power.
The music to be like horror music.
Hold everything in.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
And then another one up proficiency plus wisdom.
All right. First wisdom saving throw,
Yes, sir.
25.
Nothing to worry about.
Proficiency plus wisdom,
You feel it batting at you as you
22.
So you feel it like the blight is an animal in a cage. You feel like you just rattled the fucking dinner bell against it, and you feel it like lurch forward. That confidence of a second ago, entirely unearned. Entirely like it's real damn easy in this place that feels so much like home to feel like everything is allowed to be okay again. But that's not the lesson you're supposed to be learning here. You need to be cautious. You are close to home. You are not there yet. But with that saving throw, you feel it. It lurches almost forward. Sunny, make another con save. And then with the 22 to your wisdom check, you feel, though, you press your hand into the ground. And you feel a couple of reeds, some grass blades, kind of just file their way over you for just a minute. Not just for a minute, kind of grow over you, and you feel like this warmth once again run over your fingers and up through your arm. It kind of diminishes as it reaches your chest, but not in an unfamiliar way, a way that is like a fucking flashback almost. It's still a little weak, weaker certainly than you think you would have been a while ago. But what was your question to the plants?
I told them, hey, I am still a member of the herd too. I'm one of the 19. Are the rest nearby? Are they watching?
Oh, you lucky bastard. Well, hey there, Artuk. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you around here. Hey guys, it's Artuk over here. Hey. Hi. Don't mind Bert over there. He's had a bit of a issue. Someone stepped on him earlier.
His wife cheated on him.
Sorry, what was that, Will?
And his wife cheated on him.
That two timing. Oh, thinking
Sinner pollen. Received pollen from some rando.
I gotta say, it has been way too long since I heard the voice of Douglas Fern.
Yeah, take the inspiration, you fuck.
Not Chris Pine.
Oh, that's good too.
Shit, these are good. All right, we know what the game's gonna be now. Well, anyway, so it's actually one of the I don't know. I mean, wait, you're still part of the herd? We haven't seen you around here for a while. What have you been up to? Hell, well, I mean, we know you done left. They've been talking about that. I don't know if you know anything, but those spruce trees, they love to talk. See, us simple grass folk, we just love. We're real down to the earth, if you get me.
Yeah, I remember Douglas.
Here, midway through him saying it, and realizing what he said was clever.
So good.
Wait, so what have you been up to?
Been traveling a little bit, trying to see some things, see the world, and figure things out a bit.
Well, shoot, I thought you were gone for good. Well, in that case, I suppose. I guess that makes it 20 now. All right, that's going to be a fun discussion for them. All right, though. But yeah, well, what was your question once again? Sorry. As you know, us grass folk, while we are children of the soil, we do not have we are not high in the intellect style.
Yeah, it's all good, Douglas. That was, I'm here for your personality. That's why I talk, But no, all I was asking was, I'm still traveling alone right now, but I wanted to know if everybody else was nearby or any of them.
You're not
Are they
traveling
watching?
alone. There's like at least 7 of you here. There's a raccoon that just ate Dave.
I meant without the herd.
Oh, well, in that case, well, I mean, you can see its little plant eyebrows going from side to side. Well, maybe I should have said it a little different way. I didn't know you were back for sure, but rumors spread among the bushes. And through the grapevine, as it were, and you.
God damn it!
Damn it! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some they might not. They're looking around here for you. I don't know necessarily where they are. They they're a little busy looking for you as best I can tell, but I'm not sure where exactly they are.
Is it like close? Inner ring? Close to the inner? Or is it close
I
to
have
the
no
throat?
concept of distance.
That's fair.
Hold on,
I
like,
am a plant.
it's at
Oh.
least 100 Mies away. I guarantee it.
Who do you know who started the rumor?
Douglas. You know how he is. Douglas is a basically copy paste of this guy. It's
Isn't this guy's name Douglas?
It is.
Wait, did I say that again?
Yeah, he said his own name.
There's a lot of Douglases out there in the world, okay?
You know me, I'm a real piece of shit.
You know me. You can't trust me. I don't even know what I'm talking to you right now.
Couldn't
It
tell
was
a
my
truth
twin
to save
brother,
my life. Don't let that raccoon eat me.
But I may be something of a talker here, but genuinely, yeah, a couple of them were looking around for you. They passed through here, and I think we're actually heading. I mean, probably back more towards like more towards the lake. Adam, you would know, or Artuk, you would know that is like outer ring, not super close to where you guys like more towards where you guys started. So like they are like heading. If they follow this lead, they're basically would have headed the way you guys came, and that they didn't pass by you is like, well, that's neither here nor there. You'd need to figure that out.
Did they go down through the ravine? Is that?
Here is where. Okay, are you looking at the map?
Yeah.
A is where you started. B is where you guys headed.
Yeah, and we sort of went from A to B, and we're hearing that they kind of went from B towards A.
They went to C, being where the lake is.
From B.
From
Gotcha.
B. So it's hard to tell whether they missed you, whether they saw you and didn't say anything. But that is a lot of extrapolation to tell exactly
Sure.
what. But
Yep.
you can tell for sure they're aware of you conceptually.
But they're not here. All right.
Not yet.
Hey, thanks, Douglas. It's good to hear you again.
Sure. You gonna stick around for a little while?
Hope so.
They playing in a jamboree.
Because when you leave, I cease to exist.
The greatest character I've ever come up with.
Douglas Fern.
Douglas Fern.
The misbegotten grass.
He reminds me of Henry Crabgrass.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry, what did you ask, Adam?
I just thought it was good to hear from.
Oh, right, I asked the question.
Yeah.
I would ask the question, sorry.
Well,
Hey, you get.
I'm hoping
you
you
get.
stick around. I remember you. You used to leave dirt near me. It was great.
I hope so too, Douglas. Let's
Just called him a
chat
dirty
soon.
person.
I'm gonna lay my head back down and start resting again with the mental security of knowing they're heading in a different direction from us. Or at least were.
Hi. As you lay down, you hear them all whispering in your ear. Anybody have You realize that you're gonna need to turn this off if you want to sleep at all.
You know, supremely annoying as it is, I think I maintain it for the duration.
You
And
hear
then let
Doug
It's like,
myself-
get started
it's like
for-
falling asleep to a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But like an old familiar podcast you haven't heard in a long time.
Like throughout that, Ode wakes up and sees Artuk talking to himself, and she's like, "Oh fuck, it's the pixies!" and goes over and like has her claws like inches from the back of his head, and then he's like, "So how far away were they?" And she's like, "Huh, doesn't sound like pixies."
Dad.
And then she concludes that he's talking to Morak's dad, and she sits down.
Right.
It's a good bit.
Like then
What
she's
a
like,
good
"I hate
bit.
nature, I hate pixies. I'm not attacking people."
I love stabbing my friends with my claws.
Sonny, you feel
Yes. Wait, I wanted to say before this goes through, I want to go ahead and use Indomitable to re-roll this. If it fails,
it
Solid.
failed.
I figured, so I'm going to use Indomitable to re-roll.
Nice.
Who said
It failed.
Indomitable's a shit ability?
Nominal's great. What are you talking about?
Skin of your teeth, sir.
I
You
don't
feel
have
this
teeth. I'm a
lurch,
robot.
but this time through a force of perhaps your own personality, you are like a distinct lurch, like unlike the kind of gradual growth. You are able to kind of like mentally suppress it away,
Suppress. Oh, sorry.
suplex it away.
Super.
But yeah, that is the last of kind of intrigue as far as that will be for Sonny. At least as far as your watch goes. You spend the rest of your time trying to teach Morak Arcane Solitaire. Meanwhile, I'm going to roll for the herd to see how well they have pursued you guys. So, just so you guys understand how it worked, each time as you guys were going through, basically, if you did something to fuck up and give your spot away, it's more likely they're going to catch you sooner. If you succeeded or managed to stop, such as, telling plants not to fucking spill the goddamn beans, then it kind of was a point in your favor.
Tell the plants
Wait,
not
so
to
did my
spill the
thing actually
beans.
work?
But, so it is a definite mixed. Precious.
Is that a
But, so I'm going to roll, and basically this will determine whether or not they catch up or not, and if they do, how many are going to catch you and when.
A lot writing on this.
I would like Artuk to just roll a straight d20.
Oh gosh.
wreath? I don't know what that is or does.
Okay. For anyone else, is there any other things they want to say kind of around the fire during this rest, or any other scenes, things of that nature that? Because I would like to emphasize the clearing you're at does very much look around similar to the art. There is every now and again a wisp that kind of appears before you there, then it just kind of darts away. Zeka, it certainly looks a lot like Milosh. I emphasized that before, and then every now and again you'll see a creature with those red eyes pop open, close, and then move away. But things are vibrant, and while a little mystical, undeniably beautiful as you just see the different the fungus and the mushrooms that grow along the trees have this very beautiful incandescence as they kind of glow this kind of faint pinkish red, with some parts more blue as the kind of arcane nature of the water around them, or the spirits.
Could I actually? I'm gonna talk to Milos real quick. Be like, hey, Milos. Oh God, I forgot that your voice is so annoying. Could you you seem have you noticed that a lot of these guys seem really similar to you? Do you want to go I don't know chat with them or see if you can chat with them? Or maybe
You will remember it is a goat spirit.
Well, I was kind of thinking maybe. All right, I guess that's fair.
I mean, more as far as it talking back. Like, you can ask it to do anything and do all that, but like, unless you like, I would allow like a speak with animals to work in this instance, for example.
All right, can I actually do clerics get speak with animals? I don't even know if we do. Hang on. Are you googling it? I'm
Yes,
googling
sir.
it.
Bard, druid, and ranger. Unfortunately, not.
Me. Can't I telepathically communicate with my familiar? Hang on.
Pull up find familiar if you can, then yes, but I don't know that spell.
I'm pretty sure you can.
let's take a
Yeah.
look.
You can?
Appearing.
Oh, you can. Then as it talk you
Yeah.
talk to it out loud, you're like, wait, what am I doing? Milos.
And then in my head, I'm like, Milos, my best friend, how are you?
Oh,
I'm doing all right. Zeka, how are you?
Oh, you just have like a. Anyway.
Oh, listen, my voice kind of takes a. I still am a goat at the end of the day, so my voice kind of is a reflection of whatever you think my voice should be.
Milos, we've been over this. You are a sheep. I know you think goats are like really attractive for some reason, but you are a sheep.
Have you seen their rams?
I am a human.
Dodge
Well,
rams.
human. Anyway, how are you? How are you doing? I feel like we don't get to talk enough.
I'm doing all right. Still kind of have never gotten over the shock of having my corporeal body ripped from me and my soul kind of suspended in this way. But on a balance of things, this is pretty good. I miss food.
That's valid. And what we're on the journey to fix that right now. And I was gonna see, have you noticed how like a lot of these creatures around us kind of look a lot like you?
I wonder if I could eat them.
What? No, that's cannibalism. Come on.
Okay, fine. I refuse to eat them out of respect for our friendship of these last few years.
Well, if that's what it takes, I guess I'm okay with that.
He still begins to float that way, though.
Milos,
All right. It probably wouldn't taste like grass anyway. Fuck, I could kill some grass right now. With some morning dew in it.
From you, Jesus Christ! I was violent. I said maybe I get my violent tendencies from you, Jesus Christ.
I'm a pale reflection of your true self.
Oh, that's right. Our souls got intertwined, and like, yeah. Anyway,
seriously, though, the first thing I do when I get my body back, I'm gonna munch on some grass with dew. It's gonna be great.
Well, Artuk was just talking to some grass over there, so maybe if they're like sentient, they taste better.
Wait, grass can talk?
Apparently.
You see his lack of eyes widen.
In joy or fear?
You're not sure.
Oh boy. Oh, my sweet little murder goat. Sheep, fuck. Anyway, do you want to go like try and talk to these wisps that seem to have wills?
Ooh, that one loves Magic the Gathering. We'll have a lot to talk about. Starts floating over.
All right, I wait.
They kind of bobble at one another for a little bit. You can't hear obviously whatever they're communicating.
Is it like Navi from Ocarina of Time, like bobbing up and down whenever it talks to Link?
listen.
A little bit actually, yes. After a little while, Milos floats back.
What'd you find out? Did you find out anything?
They're very curious about us. They just kind of keep watching. They haven't had people they haven't had no one. They haven't had people like you and us this deep for a while. They also were wondering why I was following you, and talked about forming a union.
A union? Wait, what's that?
I don't know. I didn't listen.
Oh, well, okay. Are they hungry? We could give them some food or something.
Well, I think they're like me. If they kind of don't need food, they kind of subsist on the natural energies around them. I was about to say it on the grass comment. I'm sorry. I did ask, but I did not pay close attention. Wait, so the grass talks. Okay.
Yes, I think under very specific circumstances, but yes, it does talk. So okay, so that's interesting. Ask them if they want anything, and tell them that we would like to be their friends.
Sure.
Maybe if you don't mind, my sweet and lovely Milo.
He kind of brushes against you in a friendly way.
Okay, good. He shoulder checks me.
Punk, back up.
I think they just want something interesting to remember us by. They didn't say anything, and I'm not entirely sure if they or I have a concept of ownership.
This is very interesting. Hey, Byron. Hey, Byron. I kick Byron.
They asked me
Yeah,
that.
fuck, what the? What do you want, Zaka?
Hey, Byron. Milosh has been talking to these will-o'-the-wisps over here, and
Let me guess, they want to unionize.
what? They did say that. How did you? Anyway,
Look, man, you be in enough guilds, you start to hear a lot of the talk about that. Let's just continue.
Byron's a fucking anti-socialist to his core. He's hard capitalism, baby.
God damn. No, but they were saying how they wanted something interesting to remember us by. Because they can't eat food. I don't know, but I feel like it would be a good idea to kind of like ingratiate ourselves with them, you know?
I mean, what's sort of interesting, because right now, Byron opens up his bag, goes, where the fuck are my cards? I'm not gonna bother with that. He's gonna reach in and pull out a, he's gonna pull out a rubber and go, this is interesting.
Jesus Christ. No, like, don't you like sing songs and tell stories? Like, this is like our whole fucking thing.
Yeah, but that's not like something like solid to give them.
They said something to remember us by. So, like, sing them a song about, like, how cool the forest is. Byron, you gotta be kidding me. I've heard you sing in your sleep entire songs I've never heard before. You make up songs in your sleep.
I don't sing, usually. I tell stories. I am tone deaf, unfortunately.
Okay, then tell them a fucking story.
I could tell the story of Charlie the Lonesome Cougar, though they might not like the fact that it's, you know, kind of a... They'd probably view it as, you know, civilization, oh, fuck.
They start gathering around Byron.
Propaganda.
I'm starting to lose faith in you, Byron. I might go ask someone else.
You fucking kicked me awake.
Yes, and listen. Do you want to tell them a story or not?
Sure. Give me a second.
Okay, and Milosh can translate for you.
I'll tell them the story of James and the giant peach.
Okay. Just make a performance check, I guess.
Alright, so once there was a kid, his name was James, and, you know, he really liked peaches.
Okay,
so you found a big one
now.
So he found a real fucking big one.
You have disadvantage.
Well, as he starts to break it off, though, he does start to do, like, little minor illusions to, like, do shit with it.
Okay.
And he goes, actually, you know what? No, he pulls out all his toothpicks and he goes, alright, I think I can do this. And then he will cast animate objects to have the toothpicks then begin to come together and form each of the characters as he tells the story and have them perform the actions.
I love that movie, Kubo and the Toothpicks.
Yeah.
He just slowly kind of brushes the sleep off and really starts to perform the story.
Okay. As you go around, and as you kind of, I'm not gonna lie, you lose a few of the wisps at the beginning. Maybe it's a bit of pride that actually motivates you as you realize you're losing an audience of amorphous spirits, and that is just a blow. But you begin to kind of try a little harder, and you kind of kick it more so into gear. They seem to kind of just gravitate around and circle around you. A few of them actually kind of, it's almost like they're playing as they kind of like embody where you are like puppeteering effectively the toothpicks. So like if you make one like walk around, they'll like spirit limbs will move around to kind of fill the space, and they'll like try to like almost like animate it. It seems it's hard to tell because they don't speak, but they're more amused by the actual act of the puppeteering than they are really comprehending anything of the story. You eventually do realize this with your 26 and can just kind of give up on the story, but begin to kind of like puppeteer and have more fun with the actual like physical act, which they seem very engaged by.
I'll have some like start to dance around with each other, some pretend to sword fight and things like that. Just various different activities.
They definitely like more and more of the wisps kind of gather around and kind of begin to do that. You actually see it becomes this almost like strange. It almost looks like you're kind of puppeteering the spirits themselves, as they are just very fluidly moving to the motion. It's just in a very strange way beautiful, but like very uncanny with kind of how it has started. Especially when this is done in absolute silence, save for the natural music of the or the natural sounds of the forest.
Byron, this is really cool. I really like this.
Thanks. Also in a fight, I can make these toothpicks attack things, which is really cool too. So it's both like art and warfare. The best of both worlds.
That's like, wow, you're making me like it even more. But we should hang out more. You're pretty cool.
Except for the last time I hung out with you, I think I talked about different ways to decapitate people. I realized I was like, not something to talk about with a child.
No, I really like that about you, actually. That's like one of the things that made me like you initially.
That's a problem.
What do you mean?
Look, you're 14. You shouldn't be, like, having fantasies about, decapitating people. You should be having fantasies other girls or boys, whatever.
Byron,
with goat legs or without,
You've witnessed me bifurcate the goblin. You
I
watched
know.
me bifurcate the goblin.
I know.
Slowly.
Yes, I know it viscerally. It's
The Wisps are now engaged by this conversation.
Like you should.
You see one wisp actually, as you guys talk about it, kind of sit there, and another one kind of mimic the image of a saw blade and slowly pass throughout that, while the one with like intentionally divides itself and then rejoins.
See, this guy gets it.
I understand, but Zeka, you're 14. You should not be this how do I put this? Bloodthirsty.
Alright, super cool. Why am I traveling with you guys? You're the most bloodthirsty people I've ever met, and that's why I like you.
Yes, but I didn't start becoming bloodthirsty until I was 18.
Okay, you want me to leave then? I can just leave.
No. I just want you to recognize that there are issues with craving violence so much.
Why? Give me one good reason.
So, society. The one that we all live in.
Uh-huh.
Live in.
Listen, I'm listening. I'm ready to be receptive. I'm just like, give me a good reason.
In general, if you're living in a city with people, it is frowned upon to just solve all of your issues with magical saw blades bifurcating things.
Right, in a city, but we're not in a city, right?
Zeka, where do you plan on going once this journey ends? Or do you plan on dying on this journey?
I'm planning on doing this for the rest of my fucking life. I love this. Adventuring is like the most fun I've ever had, period.
You do realize you're going to get old. You're not going to be able to adventure like you used to. What are you going to do then?
Then I'll open up a bakery shop, I'll find another young 14-year-old, and I'll teach him to do exactly what I did.
And continue the cycle of violence. Wonderful. Oh, fuck.
This is
Correct. That is
grooming,
correct. That
but
is my
it's
current
still
plan.
Grooming.
It's your problem.
I'm violence grooming. Don't flip that.
You know what? Maybe I'm not the one to talk to you about this. I'm like a walking pile of bad decisions.
Yeah, didn't you almost kill a god?
Well, I was almost killed by one.
Right. So look.
Also made a deal
right?
with one.
Right, which was a very hugely irresponsible decision, and no one should do that, right? And here
Yes.
you are. You're
I
super
know.
powerful and cool and badass. Look at you're making toothpicks dance with like fairies right now. It's pretty
Here's
cool.
the thing, though.
And
I
all
didn't get
because
that
you made
power.
a bad decision, quote unquote. I'm making a bad decision, quote unquote, every day, and I'm getting hella strong and very cool. So I think I'm doing the right thing.
Here's the second, but also my bad decisions put my friends in danger. And I don't want to put my friends in danger. Yeah. How many times have I almost black holed you guys? Once. That's one time too many.
Right, but
And you know what
didn't. It
caused me
was
to
a
do that?
calculated risk.
It was
Calculated
fear
violence.
from the repercussions of my bad actions.
Well, I didn't like when Sunny died, so like that gave me a little bit of cause for like pause. Cause for pause.
See? Exactly. We need to cherish
Yeah.
life and not just be like, you slighted me,
Yeah.
I end you, you know?
Yeah, no, we should have killed him faster, because then he wouldn't have killed Sunny.
I can't argue with that logic.
I feel as though this debate continues into the night.
Ad infinitum.
And as this debate continues, with neither side quite reaching a resolution, we fade to black as we're going to take our break.
There we go.
So, we re-emerge on the party, having taken approximately between. Sunny only has to rest for 4 hours, right?
Sonny doesn't need to sleep. I think he needs to rest 6
4
hours.
hours.
6 hours.
6 hours? Okay, then I think 8 hours of rest would be enough to do that for you. But you guys continue on your way from your little camping spot with the wisps. Overnight, they seem to have dissipated, and kind of in the early morning sun, you see the way ahead. It seems clear. Artuk, you still know the way to go. You never kind of lost that sense. I would like you to make a perception check for me.
Sure, I can do that.
Now recording.
I wanted
Sorry.
to say that at the exact same time, and I don't know why. 25.
Because we're star-crossed lovers, Adam.
True.
Okay. We'll come back to that in just a little bit then. But yeah, you guys all kind of put away your assorted camping supplies, leave no trace, and continue on the way. You kind of move beyond this kind of spirit garden that offers itself to you, and make your way further and further in. Around you, you see the kind of nature and plant life, even more than before, continues to kind of embrace the deep and ancient magic of this land. Plants continue to be overgrown, and kind of you can see like the vibrance of the magic discoloring them. Grass, mycelium, all manner of plant life seems to have been affected, as it's like kind of, for lack of a better word, glows purple with the natural radiance of the area. You see little like little fey creatures, like more pixies darting around. You see the fewer like large animals, though no like, as just an example, like some mountain lions, foxes, things like that. You see fewer and fewer of them as you kind of move further in. More so just these odd small creatures, similar in size to a chipmunk, but just with these kind of glowing pupils, which you think for a prey creature would make them much worse, but it seems to be working out fine for them.
I see Kezia leveraging a bow against them, and I like put my hand on the bow.
Yeah, guiding the shot. Take it out. But yeah, you guys all continue onwards. As you enter the forest, enter deeper onto the forest, you eventually come across a kind of the final part. Artuk, maybe an hour or so from now, you will be at least one of the entrances to the grove. But it does require that you travel kind of along this, not quite a river. I don't know. Would it count as a? I don't know the quite distinction between
Ravine.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Oh my god.
But like the distinction between like a creek creek versus like a river, but it's just kind of like this very shallow but constant flowing bit of water. This kind of you guys just need to travel up enough that like a fish could live in it, but like
Stream.
Tributary?
I don't know.
I think you're talking about a
really don't know.
stream.
I think a stream would work.
Stream?
Wait,
Okay.
yeah, it is. I think it is a stream.
Okay.
This one is actually my job.
All right. The streams have it. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. No, but as you guys continue on, you do see further and further just kind of evidence of this. Affected has a bit of a negative connotation to it. It seems more that they are so infused with it that, much like the crystal area, just all the plant life seems so suffused with these energies that they seem to like bloom and grow and blossom in just unnatural ways. Flowers you guys would traditionally think of are just like daffodils, sunflowers, just odd random bits of.
Ooh, David, what other flowers can you name?
Roses, tulips,
Ooh.
perennials.
Peonies.
You said dreidels?
Wow.
That's like that was like a flower.
How does he know
Parsnips.
some flowers?
Oh, flower.
Rutabaga.
Anyway, I'm getting eaten alive out here. But just all of them seem like overgrown and like to much like different scales than those of you who are not used to the forest would seem. You do see, however, one uncomfortably large Venus flytrap, like probably like
God.
9 feet tall, and just almost like a watchtower for a prison, slowly following you guys, and then turning back away, and then it grabs a bird out of the air. It has like a shocking memory. Like it is like 9 feet tall, but like it stretches like a further 8 feet to get that bird. That bird did not stand a chance.
Kind of like guides Artuk's arm to be standing basically like over Kezia.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, as you guys continue up that way, Artuk, with your perception of 25,
Mhm.
you guys are continuing along the way. You hear far off, like a good distance away, just a branch just snap. It's very faint. It's only for a moment, but you notably hear it. For a second, you think, oh, did maybe Byron, Morag, did someone step on it? But there's no real wood to speak of in the immediate spot that would be the obvious culprit.
How far did you say we are? Like close, like half hour away?
Half hour to an hour.
Hearing that, like, hairs on the back of my neck stop, look back and forth to everyone, briefly look in the direction of it. Do I see movement? Do I catch anything, like,
Another
reactive to it? Let's do that. Perception. 24.
Let's find out. Oh wait, my camera's off. Hold on.
Oh, David, is it daylight now, by the way?
Yes, it is. It is about. Yeah, it is daylight. A little past dawn.
Would you say it's sunny?
Yes?
No, he's sunny. Kind of. I don't know. With kind of the size of the trees, no, I wouldn't say it's like a bunch of. If you're asking about dim light, it's definitely in dim light, just kind of with the tree cover above you guys. But like bits of sun are like poking out.
One fucking day it's gonna be sunny out.
Yeah, I'll say I don't
One
think it's been
fucking
anything
day.
but dark, dreary, cloudy, and dim since
The
Ode got these teleport
Ever
powers.
since Morag got the shield that gives him powers in the sun, it has been overcast in Oberian every day since.
Because I expect it to be dim because it gives me like a huge advantage in a combat for it to be dim. But every time David's like, yeah, it's dim enough for you.
Fucking
It's because
London over here.
he knows that the shadow teleportation isn't that powerful, but my one tiny blinding thing with my shield that maybe works is too
There's
powerful.
a phase between sunny and dim. It could be like
Yes?
well lit.
Well, that's not what Oberian is.
Who's dim?
Never that.
Oberian is the cursed Greek reality where Persephone is only there for half the year, so it's either really sunny or dreary.
We're just in fucking Seattle. It's just Seattle.
There's also the Space Needle in the capital.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Seattle.
The best part is like independently favor against Mark every time. It's never a conscious choice.
Yeah, sure.
No, I mean, I'm fine if you want to say like it's sunny enough out that it's not dim in the woods. Like that's.
I'm just trying to think whether they're. Fuck it, I'll roll for it.
Okay.
It is bright enough you can't teleport, but not sunny enough you guys can use your fucking bow.
Exactly how I like it.
Great.
No, yeah, fuck it. I'll say it's sunny. I'll say there's enough like spots because it is daytime. It's just like
Maybe
very
there's like
cloudy.
spots where the sun is like shining through, kind of like through the trees. So you have to be in the right spot.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Luckily, we're only group.
Hmm.
But yeah, as you guys continue on, what was your? Oh, right, I never actually rolled for the thing.
Sorry, I interrupted. It's just it's important. It's important.
That's such
to
a
know.
cool dice.
It is.
You,
Very important for me.
Rose's sister got it for me. You don't know where from, Artuk.
I don't know where from. I couldn't see anything.
You don't know where Rose's sister got the die?
But
So hearing it, I freeze for a quick second, and then I look to everybody, and just knowing that we're getting close, guys, now, and I dash forward.
I'm gonna need a marching order.
I'm probably in front, dashing forward.
Sunny's second.
You
Byron's
actually leave
fourth,
yourself on the
specifically.
board here.
I'm next to Sunny, wherever he is.
Okay.
You can be third. Morak will take the caboose.
Yeah, Byron's fourth.
I'm just gonna put Kezia towards the back. I'll figure out a spot as it makes sense.
Oh, damn, there's two Artuks.
Yeah. I don't know how to remove mine. I guess settings.
Eric, did you drag out Sunny again?
I did.
They're both dead, though.
Wrong
Sunny.
Sunny.
Well, Sun 2 doesn't have a... Oh, no, he does. Whoa.
Doesn't have a what?
Nothing.
I didn't think
first.
Sun 2 had a token.
The Art of War, Sun
But he
2.
does.
Every time I hear that, that's what I think.
Okay, so Artuk in the front with Morak as the caboose. Okay. Okay. As you say, run.
Yeah, I they found us. Run. Half hour forward now.
I'm gonna say, what is your AC, Artuk?
16. I want to say. The answer is 16.
Oh, they definitely fucking hit with that. Okay.
Uh-oh.
They got a 16.
Good thing I have a -4 to attacks. That's really helpful.
Artuk, you are going to take 7 points of piercing damage as an arrow from you don't know. Well, you know the direction, but you don't see precisely where. Rockets past the trees and directly into your chest.
I am going to stumble for a moment and just keep dashing. Double dash forward.
Okay. Is everyone else following suit?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. As you guys begin
Oh,
to move
sorry,
your
really
way
quick.
forward,
Mhm.
one moment. We are going to go to the map real quick.
I cannot do music, just because of where we're at emotionally and Wi-Fi only.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
Don't worry. I don't think we're going to do. Well, if there's a fight, I don't think we're going to do that today. We'll save that for next time. Give me 1 second, though. Why is Roll20 is such a fighty system?
Maybe you're just doing it wrong.
Oh, that would make sense.
No, it's kind of bad. Clunky.
There's-
God forbid you want to like access a token that you can see if it's on the player's field of vision.
Yeah, fucking hell. I can't fucking work under these conditions. Okay. Okay. Can everyone see the map thusly?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I can see it.
Is that an issue or are you not at your computer?
No, I said I can see it.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you couldn't.
Oh,
Alright.
and we got the full rest, right?
Yes, you guys did get the benefit of a full long rest.
Needed that.
I needed that.
Oh yeah, get my temporary hit die back.
no. Sonny made the save. Sonny, no longer exhausted.
Woo!
Alright, Artuk, for context, the shot that came at you was basically southeast.
Southeast. Okay.
But yeah. If you guys are just going to go, are you just gonna book it?
I'm following Artuk.
Damn it, Mary. It's so funny.
I'm going to, noting that they're there, I guess if I'm leading there and I started the run, I'm basically just gonna look back at everyone, arrows sticking out of the chest there as it obviously grazed in but didn't like hit anything vital or anything like that. I'm just gonna, guys, through here, and I'm gonna dash forward I'm gonna slice with the gateway dagger, dash forward full movement, and create a portal ahead 60 feet so that everybody else gets a head start and I'm picking up the rear. And as I'm running back, I'm gonna look back at them. Get ready to be hunted, y'all. Okay, so I guess I move to 60 feet. Would put me like here. I guess I could do it like that.
Make one final perception check, Artuk.
Sure.
One final perception.
No, no.
Oh god.
Perception. 21.
Okay, damn it. As you round the bend, you see stood over just stood on this log that is semi-barring the path. You guys could easily get over it with some effort, but you do see a very, very tall figure. And as you run up, you clearly see and approach them. They are about 7.5 feet tall, towering, leaning against an ornate staff made of petrified wood, with this crown of antlers surrounding them, with just bits of just wooden armor just kind of put over them. You can even see that the wood is seemingly still alive and just has become a part of this figure's body. You, of course, know this figure. This is the This is the Archdruid, Rofir. This is the man who gave the go-ahead to put you down and ultimately ran you out.
I guess I probably didn't see him until I ran up there because I was dashing full force to him
Right
there.
around here, you would see him, like about halfway through your dash.
Okay. Well, then I see him. I start to slow down for a second as I approach, and then I puff my chest up and run forward, slice with the gateway dagger again to open the portal behind me, and I'm going to get right up into the face, like right up 5 feet from Rofir. I'm going to stand up, like as to like straighten my shoulders as though the extra half inch makes me more formidable to his 7.5 feet, and look up at him, and I'm just gonna, in the fullest bravado I can put on there, Archdruid Rofir, stand down. These people are under the protection of the herd of Korrigrun.
The Archdruid steps down off the log, sizes you up. How tall is Artuk again?
Probably just over 6 feet tall, so a full 1.5 feet shorter than this guy.
Okay. Oh, I love this part then. Steps down with their staff and stops slouching, standing at their full height of 9 feet tall, and is going to just crack you across the head with their staff. Gonna make an attack, and then we are gonna roll initiative, and then we will pick this up as the fight, or otherwise, next time.
Damn. You want us to roll initiative now or just at the beginning of next session?
We can pick it up next session, I figure.
We'll definitely forget it if we roll it now.
AC
I
is
think so,
16.
16?
Yes.
Ooh. You are going to take 23 points of bludgeoning damage as
Whoa.
he brings down this wooden staff right into your head.
I think it probably sends Artuk reeling, like knocks him to the ground for a second, like world fuzzy for a moment, hear a ringing, and then Artuk is gonna like come to like seconds after he hits the ground, open his eyes, and then stand back up, bloodied face from the hit, and just go right back to standing.
The rest of you don't fuck it, I'm not doing that. Speaking in perfect common, so that it's not a fucking language barrier for the entire fight. The Archdruid looks at you. You have returned home. This was a mistake on your part. And we'll pick it up next time.
Next time on Dungeons and Dragons.